facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
What's up, guys? The Blitz is back. Charlie Winkle, Anthony Roberts, Blitz the Bookie returns, and we have a good show lined up for you this week. We are going to do our NFL previews and predictions. We'll jump right into that here in just a minute, but before we do, Anthony had a great time last week getting back in the lab, getting back into the swing of things. Had a good show, brought in Josh Onan for his one-episode tryout to see if he could become part of the Blitz the Bookie family. I actually thought it went pretty good. The feedback early was really good, but I don't know if Josh had every brother, sister, cousin, friend, family member that he knew just bombard us with good comments early, because it did not take long for the evil internet to take over. They started bashing Blitz the Bookie. They started bashing Josh. And we said we were going to let the people speak. We said we were going to let the numbers talk. This is going to hurt my heart, Anthony, because not only did I want this to work out, but Josh is a good friend of mine. But we got to go by what the people said. After looking at the analytics, reading the numbers, Josh did not make the 52-man roster. He did not make the 3-man Blitz the Bookie roster. Nah, I'm just fucking with y'all. Josh is back. He's here. The chair is not empty. Josh Onan is here. And matter of fact, I don't know if it would have mattered what the people said, because we're recording now at it's like 7:15, 7:30. I got here at like 5 o'clock. Josh was already in the chair. He got here at like 1:30 today. So I'm not sure. He probably would have tried to fight us if we told him the numbers didn't go his way. But he's back. We just went from a 2-man blitz to a 3-man blitz. Josh, how do you feel knowing that the people wanted you to be part of this Blitz the Bookie family, and here you are on the set for good, the 3-man blitz? How you feeling?
I'm excited. I love this. I enjoyed my time here last week. The people voted. They wanted me. The people here behind the camera, the producers, the owners of Blitz the Bookie really pushed. You know, there was some controversy. We really didn't know. That's why I showed up early today, do my research, put my headphones on. Here we are. I'm ready to be part of Blitz the Bookie. BTB, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Anthony, what do you think about it?
Super excited to have you, Josh. I know we're still working on the numbers, making sure the contract, the money's right on everything. I really think 3 people finish off this show. 2 was great with Charlie, but I really think these podcasts and these shows, I really think they work better with 3. And I really enjoyed having you. I thought the vibe was great. I've had a chance to get to know you, talk to you. I think your sports knowledge is top notch. And really, all in all, I think you bring a lot to Blitz the Bookie, and really excited to have you, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, well, the Love Fest is over now. Let's get into the show. Look, we did our college football last week. We're going NFL this week. It's an all NFL show. Where are we starting, Anthony? MVP?
Yeah. To start off the season, we're going to talk about the biggest individual award, just like we did last week with the Heisman. This week, we're going to start off with NFL's Most Valuable Player Award. And for me, it's going to start with one of my favorite teams, Cincinnati Bengals, Joey B. I think he's the best quarterback in the game. They've had some slow starts last couple of years, but you give me one guy to start a team with right now, I'm taking Joey B. Joe Burrow is my MVP pick. I hope they have a better start to the season. I think it's huge that they got T. Higgins under contract. Now, Trey Hendrickson, they need to get that worked out, but with Chase,
they said he reported at least.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to play without a contract.
He's there, though.
But I just think getting T. Higgins under contract, I think that was huge. I think T. Dog did a little bit last year because of the contract stuff. Maybe he faked a little injury. I don't know. But now having both guys happy under contract, Joey B, nobody's going to stop that offense. The offensive line is not even that good, and they're still going to have the best offense in football. So for me, it's Joe Burrow. Who do you got, Josh?
I'm going with the reigning MVP. Back to back. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. When I think MVP, I think of a guy, if the most valuable player. If you remove this player from the team, how good are they? And I think the Bills would be awful without Josh Allen. He is Buffalo. I mean, Joe Burrow, I like him. Great quarterback. But I think another second stringer could come in and you could still win some games because you got weapons like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. But I'm going back to back with Josh Allen just because I feel like he is Buffalo. And if you removed him from that team, they're just not a very good team.
I'm a big Josh Allen fan. Going to pick Joey B, but huge Josh Allen fan.
I love both of those picks. My biggest question with Burrow, because I actually, as a quarterback, probably like Burrow a little bit more than Josh Allen. But the injuries worry me. I think he's one injury away from maybe being done. I know that's weird to say, but he's had 2 really bad ones, right?
Yep.
I mean, I hope he can stay healthy. The main thing with them is, can their defense take a little bit of pressure off the man, because he's got to do absolutely everything. But I'm going with you, Josh. I got Josh Allen repeating here. I don't, like I said, I don't think there's a big difference on these two guys.
Totally
I think
agree.
you take both of them off of their teams, and I think it would be trouble for both of them. I think you could take both guys and swap teams and have very similar results. I actually think Buffalo's got the better overall team and definitely the better defense. So I kind of wonder, if you flipped them, would Buffalo have already had a Super Bowl? So although I am taking Josh Allen, I do think Burrow's a little bit better overall as an NFL quarterback. That's not taking nothing away from Josh Allen because he's a beast, but he's more, to me, a football player than, I mean, he's a quarterback. Don't get me
totally
wrong.
agree. I think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback,
Yeah.
but I think Josh Allen, what you're about to say, is a better football player.
Better football player. So it's very close to me. I love the 2 picks. I think it'll probably come down to those guys. And
Who has the best season? That's what it's going to come down to.
Well,
You
no
can't
doubt.
win the MVP without having a Super Bowl
yeah,
type
you
season.
better be right up there.
I think you got to be a top 5 team. Do y'all agree with that
totally.
or disagree?
Definitely.
Top
a
5
top
team.
5, definitely.
I think
so I'm
almost
going
that. Yeah.
I'm going Josh Allen. We got 2 Josh Allens and a Burrow. I would not be mad if Anthony was right, but I worry about the injuries a little bit, and can Cincinnati just take some pressure off of that man? Because it's, what I think about T. Higgins, though. I said it multiple times last year on this podcast. I think T. Higgins might be one of the most underrated receivers in the league. Not sure I like his attitude and all that. Maybe he did give up, like Anthony says, a little bit on the team. If he did, I'm not a fan of that at all. But I think when it comes to raw talent, top 5. So with those 2 guys, they just needed, their defense has got to.
Their offensive line's got to hold up too. Their offensive line's got questions.
All right, so where are we going next? First coach fired?
First coach fired.
We've all mentioned this guy in the pre-show. It's got to be Dayball at the Giants.
He's dead man walking.
Yes, he is.
I got Dayball too. Who you got, Anthony?
Dayball. I don't even know how he's not
3
already.
guys down here.
I like the guy. I actually like him, but he's in a bad situation.
And they're not going to be good.
Tough division.
I got 2 other ones written down. One of them is the coach of my team, Mike McDaniel. A lot of controversy going on there right now. Jalen Ramsey came out talking shit about him, saying he's getting no respect in the locker room. A lot of speculation going on down in Miami about, is he the guy, is he not? I've been up and down. Anthony knows. I'm quick to turn my back on him. I love him 1 second. I hate him the next second.
That's everybody else, man. Everybody loved him. He was the god of football a year ago, and now he's an idiot.
He's a roller coaster is what he is.
And that's what I was, are you tired of like
Fans
his,
are roller
are you tired
coasters.
of like his shtick, like the cool, laid back guy?
Yeah, well, that's
Are you
what-
tired of that?
and yeah,
Because
that-
I love that. I say, man, I would love that guy, to be the coach of my team. But now it seems like, all right, it's just gotten old.
That's why they're saying he's getting no respect. They're saying guys are showing up late, guys are not even showing up, and I think basically he's trying to be everybody's friend.
He wants to be everybody's buddy.
instead of
Tough.
be their coach.
There's no tough love.
He's a young guy. He'll figure it out, or he won't be a coach anymore. So I hope he makes it work. I hope it's not McDaniel, but I do worry about it. We've got a fairly easy schedule. I'd say the first 5 or 6 weeks, we should be like 4-2. I think if we have more than maybe 2 losses in the first 6 weeks with the schedule we have early, the heat's going to be on McDaniel. And it might not take more than maybe 6 weeks if he doesn't get at least, I say, 4 wins. If we're 3-3 in 6 weeks, I'm telling you, you look at our schedule, it's pretty easy early. So they start off 3-3, he might be done just like that. So
you know the only thing changed about him? He's still cool. Everybody loved Cool, Joe Cool, McDaniel. Everybody loved him. Only thing changed is he lost some games. I mean, everybody loves you when you're winning, hates you when you're losing.
Well, Anthony, you say that. I'm wondering, is he really cool or is he a geek?
Everybody
Could he just
was
be
all
a
over
dork?
this guy.
The sunglasses can't just make you cool. Like
Dude,
the
everybody
grease back hair and the sunglasses.
The
ain't gonna do it.
sweatpants
I'm
rolled
feeling-
up.
It's cool when you're winning. It's
I
cool
think he
when
might
you're
be a
winning.
dork.
That's why I called it a shtick. I mean, is he
It's
playing
cool
a
when you're
character?
winning. You
you're
watch.
right. No.
Even at Kentucky, you watch with Mark Pope. If he wins, he's cool. If he don't win, he's a goober. I'm just telling you, that's what the world
We know
live in.
when Miami wins. They win in September and October. And then November comes and they can't play anymore.
I tell you
So,
what, that cold game they had at Kansas City, I think a year or two ago, going into the game, I looked at
Stop
him.
calling it that. It's called the Game of Thrones game.
Well, I tell you what, I looked at
They
him. I
played
said,
it on the Great Wall. What do they call it? Is the Great Wall?
It was the ice
wall.
wall.
That's where they played on the ice wall.
I know pregame they like showed a picture of Tuas and the Miami Dolphins. I thought they don't even have
They didn't want to
chance.
be, they didn't want to be there. They didn't even want to
They
be
should
there.
have just quit.
No,
right
Tua
there.
was no Tua
Yeah,
did
Tua
play.
played.
He did play in that game. It was the year before when he didn't play against the Bills.
I
in
know.
the
I looked
playoffs.
at them. They were like a fish out of water.
They were frozen fish. What you talking about? They weren't out of water. They were frozen.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, so yeah, first coach fired. I
coach
think
fired.
Dayball is going to be it. That'd be my bet. But if it's not Dayball, it might be McDaniel, and I'm crossing my fingers that it's not.
Well, let's get on to the next subject. Let's call it the biggest disappointment, or we can call it the most overrated. Same thing. So the most overrated team, Charlie, who you got?
My most overrated team, I got 2 of them written down. I got Houston. I think the only reason Houston is overrated because the division they're in, their division is not good. We all know that. I don't think Houston's good either. But I'm going to say this year, the most overrated is Washington. Okay. Everybody's riding high. I get it. Jaden Daniels had a great year last year. I like the kid. There's a thing called a sophomore slump.
No, that's real.
And I do think he's going to hit one this year. How many games they win last year? 12? 13 or something? I mean, it was a lot.
I don't
They
mind
didn't
that
win
pick.
the division because Philly won the division, but they still won. They were 12-5 last year. So they're coming back down from that. I don't think they win 12 games again. I got them at 9-8 this year. I got Washington as well.
And the NFL's a smart league. And once they get tape on you,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're going to have the defensive coordinators had all summer to get tape on him. That's why the sophomore slump happens. Let's just be real about it. They got a year. They're going to study your habit. Everybody has tendencies, and they're going to figure you out. So, yep. Who you got, Josh?
I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am so done with Aaron Rodgers. Mike Tomlin, all he does up there is win. He doesn't go below 500. Every year he's, 9-8, 10-7. He does it. But I think Aaron Rodgers is the one who finally sticks it to Tomlin. And he gets below 500 and they don't make the playoffs. I just think Rodgers, he doesn't look slow. I think he is slow.
Oh, he is definitely slow.
So I'm going Aaron Rodgers. He's getting old, tired of his antics.
I wouldn't call them overrated because I don't think anybody thinks they're going to be any good.
True. But people love Aaron Rodgers. And
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers for
People
sure.
have cooled off on him. I'm going to stick with him, but I get what you're saying. Josh. I do. I see that angle.
And I've always loved Mike Tomlin. I've always rooted for him. I've always been a coach who I'd want to coach my team. But your time's got to run out one day.
Yeah, I do get the angle definitely on Aaron Rodgers, but like I said, I don't think many. I don't know what Pittsburgh's over under is on wins and losses, but I would say
They brought in DK Metcalf.
yeah, I like DK, but I don't think that's a huge upgrade for them. I mean, he's one of them guys that takes a lot of hits, a lot of damage to his body. So I like DK, but I'm not sure how big of a pickup that is. They lost Pickens. Who knows? I just don't think that anybody thinks they're going to be any good.
They got that rookie Roman Wilson. He was hurt part of the year, and they also had that offensive lineman. I think they took him first or second round last year, and he got hurt. He was actually having a really good rookie year. He was the Hawaiian guy, and Roman Wilson. He was from Michigan, if I remember correctly. I think that was a national championship
Yes,
team.
yes.
And he had a decent start. So they're going to get some of those guys back. So, but I like the angle. I like the angle.
Real quick before we get to yours, Anthony. Pittsburgh, they went 10-7 last year, and they were horrible.
I know.
They had Russell Wilson and Justin Fields last year. They weren't even any good, and they went 10-7. Trust in Tomlin. I've been very wishy-washy on Aaron Rodgers. 3-4 years ago, I was done with him. I was saying he was overrated, and the one Super Bowl he should have had more. But for some reason, I've kind of bought myself. I don't know why, because he got hurt and then he was garbage last year. But I don't know. I got a feeling about Aaron Rodgers this year. But come on, Tomlin, man, he gets it done. 10-7 last year with them two scrubs. Aaron Rodgers can't be better than them two.
8-9.
8-9.
I like it. I'm gonna buy Pittsburgh, but I like Roman Wilson coming back. The big Hawaiian tackle there. Both those guys were really productive in the first parts of their rookie year.
If Aaron Rodgers don't work out, you know who they got? They drafted Will Howard.
Yeah.
And is Will Howard not a Pittsburgh guy?
Yeah.
I want to say he's from Pittsburgh,
Yes.
isn't he?
Yep,
Or
he
somewhere close. I think that was a plan to draft him. I'm not saying he plays this year, but you never know. Will Howard could be Pittsburgh's future quarterback. Homegrown guy.
No doubt. For me, guys, people's gonna look in this camera. They're gonna think I'm nuts, but I'll say it. And actually, at the end of the year, I thought they were the best team last year. Well, I thought my Rams were, but after that, I thought they were the Eagles.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
So let me tell you why.
He makes every pick biasly.
No,
you are
I
biased.
know I'm
He
not.
does not
I got
like
my
it.
argument
Oh, my
ready.
goodness.
You
They
had
are
your-
the
you
best
had your weak
roster
argument. I'm
in
gonna
the
give you a good.
NFL.
I'm gonna give you a good argument.
Oh, my
I wanna hear it.
goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a good argument. Okay, they lost one of their top offensive linemen, Micaiah Becton. He got signed. Was it the Chargers? I think it was. They signed him. He was
Becton, was that the guy that came from the Jets?
I'm not sure where he
Yes.
came from.
Offensive line.
Yeah, he's from Louisville.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Louisville kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know
he
this.
can't stay healthy either.
But when Saquon ran behind him, he averaged 6.5 to 7 yards a play. And then the main reason that I still think they're going to be good, but I don't think they're going to be they're the Super Bowl favorites right now. I don't think they're going to be at that level. And that's one of the main reasons. But the other reason is they lost 2 or 3 of their main edge rushers. They still got Jalen Carter in the middle, okay, which helps with the pass rush. But the key to their defense last year was they put so much pressure on the defense. They won the line of scrimmage. Losing those edge rushers, the one area you really could attack Philly in was the secondary. They had a young secondary. That was their weakness. But they had such a good pass rush, they never really got exposed in that sense. But losing those edge rushers, that young secondary, I think that's going to create a weakness for them. And then also losing that offensive lineman, I think it's going to be an issue. I still think they're going to be a really good team. But from Super Bowl favorites, I think they probably still make the playoffs, but they're not the top dogs going into the playoffs. That's why I say they're overrated.
It's going to take a lot to deplete that defense. They were number 2 in points per game.
Well, I just told you why.
They were number 1 in passing, and they were number 10 in rush defense last year.
I just told you why. They lost a lot of their pass rush in the offseason. Their secondary, that secondary is the weakness of the defense. But last year, dude, they got so much pressure on the quarterback. They didn't even need a good secondary. The pressure they got on the quarterback was unbelievable.
That's how they beat the Chiefs.
Oh, that's how they beat everybody. They dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And I think they lost some parts to that. I still think they'll be really good. I don't even think Jalen Hurts is any good. I'll be honest with you. But when you're that good up front, you don't got to be a good quarterback. You just got to be a game manager.
So disrespectful to Jalen Hurts.
I am.
So disrespectful.
Do not think he's that good.
Most underrated quarterback in the NFL, Jalen Hurts.
Fraud.
Yeah, right. Crazy.
Put him on another
dude does
NFL
nothing
team.
but win.
Yeah. Saban sent him on the way, too. It comes out of halftime. They win.
And now he's a Super Bowl champ, and Tua can't freaking stay healthy.
Because he plays on a team that literally dominates on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to see some. And then when that re-sign Jalen Carter here in a year or two, then we're really going to see it because he's going to be a $40 million guy.
We have went through this with the Dolphins on Tua. Anybody could do it with that good offense they got. And then Tua gets hurt. Skylar Thompson, every other quarterback we throw in there can't do shit. We still got all the same weapons that Anthony said anybody could do that with them. No, they can't.
Horrible backups.
They can't.
Y'all have horrible backups. Listen, but at least Tua's throwing the ball. This guy right here, he don't do nothing for the offense. He's
You
a
Hurts
game
don't?
man. No, he does
You're
not do nothing
crazy.
for the offense.
You're
dude.
nuts.
The tush push. That's his thing. The tush
You're
push.
nuts.
The tush push.
Jalen Hurts
Dude, if you
don't
gave me
do
that
nothing but
if
win.
you gave me that Saquon Barkley, you gave me that offensive line, you gave me that defense, it wouldn't take much to win. You could throw almost anybody back there, dude. Here, hand it off to Saquon. Let's dominate the line of scrimmage.
He don't give any credit to anybody that's on a good team. If
It's
you're on a
not
good
that.
team and you have success, it's only because you were on a good team.
It's not that, but I'm
And,
going to make
nothing
my
else matters.
arguments. I'm going to make my arguments. I'm not just going to give somebody a check mark because they win games. It's a team sport.
Respect Jalen Hurts. But I will say this. Hey, if Jalen Hurts does suck or if he gets hurt, guess what, baby? My boy from Syracuse.
I know. I know.
I don't forgot his name.
Is he their back? Is he their backup or is he their third string?
Probably second or third.
They throw it like 60 times a game at Syracuse. He was at Ohio State. He was a big recruit coming out of high school.
He's going to be good, though. He's going to be good.
What was his name?
I know. I can't even remember his name. I love the kid.
He does love
I
him.
can't wait until he gets his turn in Philly. As much as I respect Hurts, if he does go down, my man.
That'd be the perfect team for him to come in at.
I was on him all year last year, Anthony. He
can spin the ball.
I think this kid is from the Philly area, too. He's like a local Pennsylvania kid, too.
He was a big recruit coming out of high school.
Tanner McKee.
No.
Dorian Thompson Robinson.
No, he played at Syracuse. last year.
Kyle McCord.
Yes,
Yeah,
Kyle McCord.
He's fourth on the depth chart.
Yeah,
We
Kyle
need a-
McCord.
they
I
need
didn't
a
think
pl-
he was back up.
They're gonna
I
need a
didn't
plane-
think
they're
he
gonna
was-
need a plane
Who's in front of
crash.
him? The dude from Cleveland, he's a
McKee?
bum. Who's
Kyle
Tanner-
McCord, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Gosh,
Kyle McCord.
how
is
the-
Kyle
good.
McCord gets in the game. That's going to be like the 49ers a few years ago.
How the hell we forget Kyle McCord? Y'all mentioned him on 36, your first 42 freaking
Love-
podcast.
Love
Charlie loves
Kyle
him. Charlie
McCord.
loves him.
Gosh.
So, yeah, if Hurts goes down, let's go McCord, baby.
And 2 more injuries in front of that.
When you can't
he'll
win
be-
at
he'll be-
Ohio
he'll beat
State,
them.
when you can't win at Ohio State with that kind of talent,
Can't win. They lost one game that year.
yeah, they won it with their defense.
They literally went 11-1, and
they're
they're
all-
like,
and
oh,
they're-
this guy ain't good enough.
and they're all-
I think that's why I like it. I swear, I think that's why. I
Why
like
do you
him.
think he transferred for? Because they literally were winning with their defense. Their offense couldn't get going for nothing with all that talent.
I don't care. Then he went to Syracuse and threw for like 600 yards a game. Oh, hold up. Anybody could do that, right?
When you're throwing 60 times a game.
So anybody could have went to Syracuse and throw for them numbers.
let's look up
It
how
don't
many.
have nothing
Let's
to
look
do-
up how many times a game they throw.
He led the country in a lot of stats.
oh,
like
he
that.
should with that. Let's
Yeah, I
look
know
up-
he led them
I
in
know.
attempts.
That's what I'm saying. He led him in attempts. He led him in a lot of that. But that doesn't mean that just anybody can do that. You ain't just gonna put anybody in that system and he's gonna do what he led the country in a lot of stats. Just because you throw the most doesn't mean you're gonna have the best stats. You can't just plug and play anybody in certain systems.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not. Look, he made the
So
NFL.
who is
He's
Philly's
decent.
backup? You said Tanner McKee.
yes.
Okay, so you think so? Your boy Hurts. What's going to happen when Tanner McKee's under center?
Well, let me tell you this. How many attempts do you think he averaged at Syracuse? I just looked it up. How many attempts do you
Like
think
50.
I was going to say 50.
45.5 attempts a game, son.
I know he led the country.
45.5 attempts a game.
Come on, we'll move off of this. But hey, Tanner McKee is not no Jalen Hurts, and you can't say they're just going to
Oh,
plug Tanner
I'm
McKee
not
in
saying Jalen-
and they're going to just stay right on course.
I'm not
There's no
saying I
way.
think Jalen Hurts is like not a decent player. He's an NFL starter. I'm just saying people are saying he's an MVP level quarterback. I'm not at that level with him. I'm just not.
Kyle McCord's MVP.
I got you.
MVP.
Of the Under Armour High School All-American game.
Just mark my word. You heard it
gotcha.
here first.
Before we get into our next subject, one of the hottest topics in pro football right now is what's going on up in Cleveland. Everybody's talking about it, the Shedeur Sanders situation. Josh, let's start off with you. What's your opinion on the Shedeur situation?
There's breaking news today, right?
Yeah.
It's breaking news every day.
I thought the draft was weird. I don't know what happened there, why they didn't like him. You guys may know more, but I want to see him succeed. I mean, we were all at the beginning of the season last year watching Colorado play. And we all had fun with it.
Not me.
But, I mean, it was announced today that Joe Flacco's the starter. But I want to see him play.
Is he drawing Social Security? yet?
He's up there.
I got you.
He was owed 2 years ago playing for the Colts.
I think that was expected though. Nobody expected Sanders or who's the other one? Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody expected them to start game one. So the Flacco thing really didn't surprise me, and I think it's probably the right move. But Flacco ain't gonna last.
How bad is
Cleveland
Kenny
sucks. They're not going to win a lot of games. What is it?
How bad's Kenny Pickett?
Is he even on the depth chart?
Yeah, he's the fourth one. I really thought he'd win the job with the two rookies. I thought it'd be Pickett, but he must not be good at all.
No,
They're playing the best guy. Look,
He
these
might be on
coaches
the
want to
practice
win.
squad.
Yeah.
I don't think Dylan Gabriel can do anything. The kid's like 5'4". But I'm ready to see Sanders at some point. It's not going. I don't think it takes long. How many weeks you think till we see Sanders?
I think he's in there by week 4.
That's what I was going to say, 4 or 5. Unless Flacco goes down, we can see him a lot sooner. But I'd say they'll at least leave Flacco in for a handful of games, 3, 4, 5 games before they make the move.
So what do you think of him, Andy? Anthony? Andy.
Oh, Andy over here.
I like that. For me, look, I thought Shador, I thought he was a fraud in college. I said it several times. My argument was there's no way 2 of the best players in the country are on one team with that schedule, and they don't have a better record than what they do. I watched him. I never was impressed. Of course, then the draft happened, all the workouts, and he dropped down the draft board. So I looked like I was right. So inside, I had a little celebration. All right, I got that one right. Get some right, get some wrong. But as everybody start piling on him, as everybody start, knocking, I'm that guy that wants to pull for a guy like that.
He must have bought a card.
It's,
He must have bought a rookie card.
What do you think him dropping, was it a talent thing or like an attitude thing? Or
so
both?
I think it was a talent thing. Look, I truly believe in the NFL, if you're good enough, these guys want to win too bad. I think, like, the most popular player is always the backup quarterback. I don't care if we're talking college football, pro football. The most popular player is always the backup quarterback. These coaches, they have so much pressure to win. They're not playing those games. They can't. They're trying to be successful themselves. They're going to put the best guy out there. It's not 1970 no more. So they're going to play the best guy. Flacco's the best guy right now. Look, Shador, everything he's doing is under a microscope right now. But the coaches know what they got. That's, the same way at Minnesota, they traded their quarterback off. They knew what they had with JJ, or they feel like they know what they got. The coaches are there every day. They see what's going on. So I believe they know what's going on. I will be pulling for the guy. I hate when people pile on people. I don't know how good he is. We'll see. I know it's a big step up going from college to pro. So we shall see with time. They might not have a decent quarterback at all 4 of them. That might be the problem. Seriously, that might be the problem. I'm not a Cam. I did not like the draft for quarterbacks. I'm not a Cam Ward guy either. So I did not like the draft for quarterbacks. I probably wouldn't even have took a quarterback. So that's where I kind of stand with it. But I will be rooting for the guy. Everybody says that he's arrogant. As I've watched him and kind of studied his personality, just watching like we all have, I think he's got just a kind of a weird personality. I don't think it's him being arrogant. I think it's just kind of who he is. And it comes across like he's arrogant, but I just think he's just kind of got that weird, goofy, laid-back personality in it. To the average person that don't pick up on that, it seems like he's arrogant or it seems like he's cocky. I just think he's kind of like a laid-back California kid personality.
I mean, look who his dad is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, to your question, Josh, on whether we thought the slide and the draft was more from the talent or the attitude, I think it's actually a mix of both, because I totally agree with Anthony when it comes to especially first and second round when you're drafting in the NFL. If the kid was good enough to be a first, early second round pick, talent wise, they would have took him. Because I think if you're a surefire first-round pick, they'll deal with a little bit of maybe attitude or a little bit of, he's got a lot of sideshow going on with just his name, his dad, and everything. But I think once you get to the third, fourth round, I do think them teams that are passing in the third round, fourth round, fifth round are probably passing maybe because of the extra stuff and not the talent. We want Sanders. But we know that almost like they know he'll be here in the 7th. Let's go ahead and get Gabriel, and we'll come back and get him in the 7th. So I almost think it was a plan that kind of worked out for Cleveland, even though I don't think Gabriel should have even been drafted in the NFL. But I think that was a little bit of why the slide happened. I'm a fan of the kid. I don't think he's got a bad attitude or anything. I haven't seen anything like that. I really haven't. Little cockiness when he was at Colorado, with the chains and just a couple things that I saw. But for the most part, I think he's a good kid. And maybe being away, Deion's not living in Cleveland, is he? So,
No.
He's away from his dad for the first time. Maybe this is what he needed. And I'm excited to see him play. I don't want to see Joe Flacco. I don't want to see Cleveland.
Who's going to tune in to watch Joe Flacco on
Nobody.
Sunday at 4?
Who even watches Cleveland? But when Sanders comes in, everybody will be watching.
Yep. They're going to bump that game to like Sunday night.
Everybody will be watching when he makes that debut.
He's going to get flexed.
I'm with you, Josh. 4 or 5 weeks, we'll see him.
We got to remember, too, the way the NFL draft is, it's a little bit different than the NBA draft. If a team or two passes on you, the next teams might not be looking for quarterbacks. There's not a lot of teams that are looking for quarterbacks. It's not like, okay, this team passes, we're just going to take the best available player. It's not how the NFL draft works.
And especially after the top quarterbacks get taken, because those are there's limited teams that want quarterbacks. And then in the first couple rounds, you get a handful of them. So now your teams that actually need to draft quarterbacks went from the list went from this big to maybe just 2 or 3 teams. You got to wait for them to come back.
It was definitely situational.
I've seen it. I've seen it with several quarterbacks. Even my guy Will Levis. Now he didn't do great, but if 1 or 2 teams pass on you, sometimes you'll go from a top 5 pick or 10 pick all the way to a second round pick because nobody else in the later first round, which are typically good teams, they don't need quarterbacks.
Way different than the NBA when you can just say second round, you can just say we're just taking the best talent.
Second or third round pick in the NBA is not that good typically. A second or third round pick in the NFL is a very important pick. That's considered a high level pick. In the NBA draft, there ain't much left in the second round. So you can take the best available at that point. So we wanted to talk about that. We talked about the most overrated team. Let's go ahead and do opposite of that. Who is the most underrated team? Charlie, who you got?
Coming right at Josh, Pittsburgh. Coming right at you. You think
Tomlin
they're
and
overrated?
Rodgers, baby.
You
DK Metcalf. You just said you don't like DK Metcalf.
No, I didn't say I don't like DK. I said I do like him. I'm not sure that pickup was a huge improvement for Pittsburgh. I do like DK. Love the way he plays. I don't know how long he can last playing like that. And I'm just not sure if that was the right team and fit for him. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said earlier, I've been up and down with Rodgers. 4 or 5 years ago, I would have told you he is overrated. I was probably battling Anthony. And with Anthony telling me he's one of the best of all time, and I was probably saying, well, why does he not have more than 1 Super Bowl? And then for some reason, here we are 4 years later. He has sat out a whole year. He won like 3 games with the Jets and shit the bed last year. And now I'm kind of buying back in. Ask me why. I have no clue. Probably just because he's wearing the black and gold, because I'm not, you see, I'm a Dolphins fan. But if I had to say my second team, my dad was a diehard Pittsburgh fan. I've always kind of liked him. I'm buying back in a little bit with Rodgers. You know how I feel about Tomlin. I'm all in on Tomlin. I'll take Tomlin right now. Whenever Pittsburgh gets rid of him, we'll trade you for McDaniels straight up. We can do that right now if you want. We'll give you Tua too if you want.
Charlie be loving it.
We can make a 2-man trade. I'll take Rodgers for 1 year because we got my boy Ewers sitting. Let's let Ewers sit behind Rodgers for a year or 2, and we'll take Tomlin and Rodgers. Y'all can have Tua and McDaniels right now. But I like Pittsburgh as my most underrated. I do want to mention this real quick, and I won't be long on this one. My real pick here is probably Jacksonville, and I know that's crazy. It might sound crazy.
I don't see it.
I
love the first pick. I love Pittsburgh.
I went through all the schedules. I broke everything down, and I'm not going to
Charlie.
spoil anything, but I like Jacksonville this year, and I like Liam Cohen.
Oh my God.
Dude, no, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even trying. I'm not going viral for that shit. But I'm not sure if the guy's a head coach or not, but I think this might be a breakout year for Trevor Lawrence. I know it's kind of one of them years, maybe make or break year for Trevor Lawrence, really. Like, he almost needs to happen soon for him. I'm not sure why I'm picking Jacksonville because their roster's not great, but I like Jacksonville as an underrated team. And I know I'm probably the only person on any sports podcast to say that. So, Jacksonville, let's go.
They got a guy that plays
love your
2
Pittsburgh
positions.
pick.
Yeah,
They do have a guy that plays 2 positions.
And they got
no one else has that.
Let's go. I didn't even mention him. Let's go. I think
yeah.
he's hurt right now, isn't he?
I don't think so. Is he?
I think he sat out the last 2 games, but he'll be all right.
Oh, yeah.
Who you got, Josh?
I wouldn't necessarily call him underrated, but, being from the part of the country we're from, no one talks about this team, and that's the Chargers.
I like it.
I love Jim Harbaugh.
Me too.
Winkles know me since we were 12 years old. Harbaugh's the reason I'm a damn Colts fan.
I love it.
People used to give me shit like you only liked the Colts because they were good and had Peyton Manning. No, I got the starter jacket or the starter Colts pullover from '92 to prove my fandom. I'll wear it one day on the pod once it gets cold outside. But I love Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he took Colin Kaepernick to the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Dude, he's won at every level he's been at. Dude's a
Great
winner,
at Stanford. He was beating USC. He was upsetting USC. He did have Andrew Luck,
Michigan
didn't he?
man.
I love Harbaugh. Didn't really like him in Michigan because I'm not a Michigan fan, but he went to Michigan.
You had to respect what he did.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
You had to respect what he did.
I love Jim Harbaugh. He's kind of quirky, kind of weird.
He's a leader of men.
succeeded
He's a
everywhere
leader
he's
of men.
been.
They got the running back, Amarion Hampton from North Carolina.
He's good.
Signed Najee Harris from Winkle's underrated team.
They got that offensive lineman, too, Mikaela
Mekhi Becton from Louisville.
No,
I really like the Chargers.
I could see Najee being really effective out there in that offense too.
And
He's the type of runner that I think Harbaugh loves.
And is this the year that Herbert just takes the next step? Second year under Harbaugh in his offense?
Can Ladd McConkey be a number one?
I think so. He broke that record in the playoffs.
Yeah, I like him. That's a big question. I've heard that a lot. Can he be a true number one? I like him. I like the Chargers pick. I think Harbaugh's a leader of men. Big Harbaugh fan. I was big on the Michigan train when he was there. I just loved everything about it. I loved it when he beat Ohio State. Ohio State couldn't stand him. And Ohio State's been trying to win the national title for so many years. And Michigan ended up winning it first. They're the ones that turned them in. They couldn't stand it when Michigan beat them to a national title.
They just handed out the
Dude, that's the
punishment
biggest
other day.
witch hunt I've ever seen in my life.
Now
That's a witch hunt.
Ohio State fans are all pissed off because I guess they thought they were going to pull a University of Louisville on them and strip them their title, and they didn't.
Dude,
so.
they get tore up over Michigan. But I'll say this. I thought it was great when Michigan beat them, and Harbaugh wasn't the first one to say it. It goes back to the old Michigan-Ohio State rivalry with Woody Hayes and them. But when Harbaugh beat them, and the press conference after the game, he said, talking about Ryan Day, how he came in behind Jim Tressel to that ready-made team and, all his talent. He said in the conference, I think that was Woody Hayes' quote years ago, but some people wake up on third base and think they hit a triple. And I thought that was fucking great. I love that saying. Some people get handed everything and then they want to act like they're good. Harbaugh brought that program back from the depths and won a national title with them. He earned it. He brought them up from the bottom. Not the bottom, but they were nowhere near what Ohio State was. Ryan Day came into a ready-made program that gets the top talent every year, a lot of funding behind them. And so I just love that. I love Jim Harbaugh. So sorry to get off that, Josh, there.
No.
I love your pick.
But who's your underrated team?
I'm super excited about them. They were my underrated team before last night. Of course, they look really good last night. It's the Bears.
Were you watching preseason football?
I watched it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Dude, I told Anthony this. I will watch every second of every NFL game all year if I could. I would sit in front of the TV. I cannot watch preseason. I did a little bit with a couple rookies. I watched Sanders play like 2 possessions. So I did watch a couple rookies, but I can't get into it.
See, I picked my spots. Like, I only watched the first couple drives.
It's all about the rookies, right?
Because Caleb Williams was playing, new
there you
offense
go.
under Ben Johnson. I wanted to see it. Buffalo may have been playing their number 2s, but
So who'd you pick, the Bears?
Yeah,
The
go
Bears.
ahead.
So
Bears.
Real quick, I love Ben Johnson. He's offensive coordinator at Detroit. Everybody knows what Detroit's offense did. Everything I've read about the guy, everything I've watched and learned about him myself, he's a winner. They got Caleb Williams, which I'm really big on. I think the Bears had the worst coach in NFL history last year. We all seen that unfold last year. They got back a couple big guys on defense. They got the safety back. They also got the defensive lineman, Andrew Billings. He was out all last year. And Jaquan Brisker, the safety, was out all last year with the concussions. That's 2 really good defensive players that were pretty much out all last season. You get Caleb Williams, Romade Adunze.
You think Adunze is going to be any better? He disappointed me last year.
Well, Caleb Williams.
But Caleb Williams,
That guy was not a good coach.
He was never comfortable last year.
Well, he only threw 1 interception. He must have been scared to death to throw the ball. I mean, it wasn't like some crazy stat. Like, give the guy the green light. That coach.
He was too good of a college quarterback to have that type of season.
But you've seen flashes of it. You've seen the flashes of it. Caleb Williams is going to be great. I truly believe that.
I'm a fan. I love him at USC.
Great. He's got an offensive coach now. They drafted Loveland. The offensive line's looking better. I love the Bears. I think the
They
Bears are really going.
They rebuilt their offensive line, and they did some work in the trenches on the defensive side too,
And getting
which
those
they
two
need a
guys back
lot
was
of work
huge.
because their defensive, especially against the rush, was absolutely terrible. But they actually drafted some offense. They drafted another tight end and another wide receiver to go.
Luther Burden out of Missouri, which a lot of people thought he was going to be a top 10, 20 pick. Ended up slipping, I think, to the second round, but they picked him up in the second round. They with their first round pick, I thought that was a really surprise when they took Loveland over Warren. But most teams had Loveland rated over Warren, so Loveland.
That's right. They took the first tight end on the board, right? And it wasn't. Yeah, tight end, and then the receiver you said was Burton.
Yeah, Luther Burden. Yeah. Luther Burden
That's
out of
two
Missouri.
good pickups for them.
It is.
But they need a lot more work. Well, their offense was terrible too, so they need work everywhere. I mean, their offense was bad and their defense was
And
terrible
their coach
too.
was probably the worst coach I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. So they need a lot.
But their defense had two of their biggest players out pretty much the whole season. That hurts when two of your star defensive players are out for almost the whole year. That really hurts.
They just were a mess offensively, just a mess.
they were a mess total.
all the way around.
They were. But I think they're the most underrated team. I think they're going to surprise. So that's our most underrated teams. Little quick note, real quick. The tush push got upheld. The NFL said it's still legal. I'm not crazy about it. I'll tell you my quick opinion about it. I hate the forward progress rule in general. Okay, I hate that these receivers will catch a ball. They'll wiggle around, and if they go backwards, they give them forward progress. If they get out of it, they give them a touchdown. But if a defense tackles somebody and they go back, they give them forward progress. So, but you're allowed to, they're letting these offensive players push. They're letting them push these running backs forward, and they're giving them all this yardage. But if they even go a half a yard back, then it's forward progress. To me, there's no logic there. There is no logic. That's the NFL saying all we care about is offense. It's just, it's offensive league. To me, the logic there is broken. I don't like the tush push because I'm okay with it all, but I thought it was a flag if you push any offensive player from behind. That's what it was supposed to be. But anyhow, that's the only reason I'm not crazy about it. I don't think it should be outlawed just because Philly's the only team that can master it. I'll give them credit there. I just don't like the play and what's behind it in general. So that's my thought. It was upheld, so we're still good.
I don't have strong feelings on this either one way or the other. I agree with you about the forward progress and not being able to, you can push them forward, but you can't push them back. It's always been like that, though. It is kind of a weird rule. But when it comes to the tush push, like I said, I'm not like real strong feelings on this one way or the other. But it was proven. Who was it in the playoffs that tried it like 3 times? Was it Buffalo? They tried it like 3 times in a row and it didn't work?
Yes.
So, again, it's kind of like the plug and play thing. Everybody just can't do it. You got to figure out how to do it.
No, Philly's they have a great offensive line. That's
all
why
right. Buffalo tried it like 3 times in a row, tried to get 1 yard, and they lost like 3 yards in 3 plays.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you on that.
Do I think it should be banned? No, I don't. Do I particularly like it? Not really, but
do you think you should be able to push an offensive player? That's my question I have about it. That's where I have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with Philly mastering it. I just don't think you should be able to push. I thought that was a flag for years. You couldn't push an offensive player forward.
Remember the Bush tush against Notre Dame in college?
Yeah. I would not be mad if they changed the rule because I think what you're saying makes sense. Let's say receiver catches a 5-yard out. He gets kind of held up right there, and then he's got his tight end comes and pushes him 3 or 4 or 5 more yards, and then he falls down, and they give him the 5 yards. I get it. It's kind of weird that, if you push him back 1 yard, say you push him back 2 or 3 yards. Mm-hmm. Why don't you get to push him back 2 or 3 yards? Yeah. So I do get it. If Anthony ever gets to change a rule in the NFL, we know what it'll be because he's talked about that plenty of times, and I don't disagree. I really don't.
I'll tell you one thing on it real quick. The Becton guy we talked about leaving, he played guard for Philly, but before he got to Philly, he was an offensive tackle. So he converted the guard when he got to Philly. So essentially, Philly had 3 tackles on the field, and they had a tackle in the guard position. I hadn't really thought about it to just now, but that probably really helped them with the tush push, having a guy that can move some bodies right there at guard. Does that hurt their tush push? I know they lost Kelsey the year before, but this year, maybe Becton was one of the major keys for that. I don't know, but it's just a thought.
Well, I've heard, before you go, I've heard some of the players that have been on the offensive line in that play, and they don't like it. They said, we'll run it because it's effective, but we surely don't like it.
I'm scared of injury.
Yeah.
Right, but that's my point. The NFL is so concerned with head injuries, but the controversy we're talking about is a play that we're leading with our heads.
They don't care about that, Josh.
I know.
They try
But-
to act like it every 4 or 5 years.
But I think
they
that's the
don't.
only thing that can get the rule to change if there's some type of a traumatic injury to a player that happens to offensive
would
or defensive.
definitely change
Because you're
it.
getting low, everybody's coming in head on head, and once there's a neck injury, a head injury,
Yeah.
something traumatic, then the NFL will react to change the rule.
You might be right.
I'm kind of with Charlie a little bit. I get what you're saying about the head injuries because I do think they carry some, but I think a lot of it's also that they just want points and they want offense. So that's a way for them to say you can't hit somebody, and any way you can't hit them, which creates more points because the defense can't do their job. And I think that's what the real core of it is. But you're right, though. I mean, I know they talk the head injury stuff, and I think that's part of it, but I also think part of it is, too, they want everything to favor the offense because people don't appreciate defensive football.
When someone leaves on a stretcher with a spinal injury
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
colliding,
Yeah.
we're having this conversation a year, 2, 3 years from now where that rule,
I
the
get it.
tush push is no longer a
I
thing.
get it.
It'll absolutely happen if that happens, for sure.
That's
A
the only
change
way it
will
changes.
happen.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little buy or sell.
Okay.
Let's do a little coaches, buy or sell, rapid fire.
These are the new coaches,
Kind
right?
of run through these quick. I think all
Yeah.
of them are, what is it, five of them, and they're all first year. Are they all first year?
First year hires.
Yes, they are first year hires. Yes.
Not first time head coaches.
No,
though.
no.
All right, yeah, first one.
Just buy or sell.
Not a first time head coach. Pete Carroll. Buy or sell Pete Carroll at the Raiders.
Geno Smith's their quarterback, right?
They got
Yes.
Geno and they got Pete Carroll.
So-
And they got Genty and
Rob Bowers.
Yeah, I like Bowers. Genty, so, but not a Geno guy. It's their quarterback I'm selling.
Josh.
I rode with him when he was at USC with Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. I'm buying Pete Carroll. I think they'll be better. I don't know how long they'll be there. He's older than shit.
Pete
But
Carroll is in his 80s, I think. Or close to 80
I don't think he's going to be there
years
long,
old.
but I think they get
Am
better
I
with
wrong
him
about
there.
that? Look that up. I'm pretty sure he's close to 80 years old. I like Pete Carroll. Think Pete Carroll's a football guy. And did I hear that Pete? No, that was Nick Sirianni. Maybe I want to say Nick Sirianni, or maybe it was Pete Carroll. I think it was Pete Carroll in a practice this week. Jumped on the pile.
Yes, he did.
During
Players
a
love
tush
him.
push or something.
Players love him.
He's a player's coach.
He's a football guy. I like Pete Carroll. I agree with Josh. I'm not sure how long he's got to coach or to live.
He probably lived longer than us. He looks like he's in pretty good health.
But I'm buying Pete Carroll. I'm not particularly buying the Raiders like this year, but if he can stay alive for a couple years, I'll buy Pete Carroll.
He's
at the
73.
Raiders.
I don't
73. So I
hate-
was 7 years off.
I don't hate him that he can make them improve because they got nowhere to go but
That's
up.
why I buy him.
Yeah.
It's all they got.
I'm buying Pete Carroll. All right, next one. Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore.
Saints.
So he's been at Dallas for a while,
Yeah,
right?
he was offensive
coordinator
yes.
at Dallas. Buy or sell Kellen Moore, the former Boise State.
He beat Adrian Peterson in the Fiesta Bowl
Did he?
with the Statue of Liberty. all
Oh,
those
that was
goofy
the
ass-
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
play.
all those goofy ass
There was
plays
two
they
of
did.
them. There
Yeah.
was they have the hook and
Statue of
lateral.
Liberty.
They did
Yes.
the hook and lateral play.
Yes, that was him.
Yeah, and
were
then
the king
the
of that.
that was the greatest Statue of Liberty play ever. And then didn't the running back propose to
Yeah, he
his
proposed to the
girlfriend or
cheerleader at
something?
the end. Yep.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one. Kellen Moore at New Orleans.
But
Anthony.
I buy. I like Kellen Moore. I'm not saying it's like some home run higher, but I'm going to say he wins down there or does better than what they've been doing.
They say he's some kind of offensive guru. I couldn't tell from the last few years at Dallas. Anthony loves Dallas. Dallas, garbage. I don't know if he's a guru or not. I'm selling. I'm selling just because he's in a bad situation, and it's going to be tough for him to be successful down
He
there.
has a horrible situation, and I
got a
liked
bad
him at
one.
Boise, and I'm a Dallas hater, but I liked him at Dallas. I thought he ran some good stuff. They said he may be the best quarterback on the team
I like it.
between Tyler Shook and Spencer Rattler and Kellen Moore.
He's definitely better than Spencer Rattler.
You know-
I am better than Spencer Rattler
Player
right
coach.
now. Dude.
Player coach. But-
Bring Spencer Rattler right now. I will do a competition with
But,
Spencer
hey-
Rattler right now.
Tank for Arch.
New Orleans.
Oh, I like it. I
Tank
like
for
it.
Arch.
I like it.
What about that?
Runs in the family, don't it?
From New Orleans?
Yes.
Yes.
That's where Cooper lives.
And
And
that's where
didn't-
Archie played.
Yeah, and Archie played.
Yeah.
I like it.
Tank for
I like
Arch.
that angle. I
Just
like
keep
that.
throwing Spencer and Tyler out there.
Spencer will do it for you. Spencer will do it for you.
I like that angle too. I didn't think about that.
I like him. I hope he does well. I got a friend that's a Saints fan.
So you're buying him?
I'm buying him. Yes, I like him.
Next one, I think this is pretty easy on everybody. I'd be surprised if anybody picks him to sell. Ben Johnson.
Buy.
I know Anthony's buying. He was buying the Bears. I'm buying Ben Johnson.
He put together that offense in Detroit. They were the best team in football last year. If the injuries don't happen, y'all agree with that?
I totally agree.
I'm not even.
I totally
yeah,
agree.
it's-
I'm buying Ben Johnson as well.
Yeah, I think everybody is buying Ben Johnson.
Even after all those injuries, they were still good. Detroit might be we might be talking about all these teams in Detroit might be the monster out there that's going to dominate because they're they get back healthy or whatever.
This is another one that I'd be surprised if anybody says sell, but I could be wrong. Mike Vrabel, Josh.
The Patriot way, bringing him home. You got to buy him. As much as I hate
right?
it, being a Colts fan, I hate the Patriots.
He's a football
guy. I hate Mike Vrabel. He's a player's coach. They like him.
Players coach,
He'll succeed.
football
He'll
guy.
succeed. He'll be there for
He was a Pat. Dude, you got to buy that.
He'll be there for 20 years.
Yeah, I agree. You got to buy that.
I like Vrabel. I also like Drake May a lot. They got some areas they got to get better in, but they got that quarterback. I love Drake May. I think Drake May got superstar written all over him. So I'm going to buy Vrabel. A big part of I like Vrabel, but I also like Drake May.
All right, and the one that everybody has been waiting for,
Duval.
Liam Cohen, down at Jacksonville. You know I'm buying. This is the opposite of what I've been saying. I'm buying Jacksonville. I'm not sure that I'm buying him. I don't know how that works, but
This is like I don't even know.
I'm not sure how their team's going to be good, but he's not going to be good. So maybe I am buying Cohen. I don't know. Let's go. I'm buying him because I'm
You haven't used your layaway option yet.
Yeah, layaway. I put him on layaway. But I think Jacksonville's a breakout team this year. So hey, I guess I think Cohen's a breakout first year coach.
So for me, this is one that comes close to home. He was Kentucky's offensive coordinator 2 years ago,
And 4 years ago,
he was. He had a heart attack,
but not 3 years ago.
Right.
He had a heart attack because he was like under stress because he couldn't get things right, and literally he had a heart attack because of stress or something of that effect, or a nervous breakdown or something.
We might have to double check that.
Well,
It was a health issue.
I know. I'm just
We're getting
it was
into
something,
HIPAA laws here.
It was under stress too. Remember, he had.
Yeah,
he did have something.
Yeah,
going
something was
on.
wrong with him.
Don't want to create a blitz the bookie jinx either.
Then he goes to Tampa, and I really think he was just right place, right. Tampa is. Like when you look at Tampa is loaded, dude. And I wasn't about Tampa. Charlie was about Tampa. I wasn't. But I got looking at their team, watching them. Dude, they're loaded, dude. Tampa is loaded. I think Liam Cohen benefited from that. He's going to a team that's not loaded. And I do not think the guy's even close to head coach material. Horrible hire by Jacksonville. Now, I will say this. If he has success, it's time for me to say I'm wrong about him. I will say that, and I will say I'm wrong. But I think it's a horrible hire.
I totally agree with Anthony here. Sell. I'm selling because he sold himself every year for like the last 5, going from Kentucky to the Rams, back to Kentucky, back to Tampa. He's all about Liam Cohen. No, I'm done with him.
Made a promise to Stoops, and just reneged on it the
Exactly.
very first year.
And we talk about
5 teams in 5 years. Is that what it is?
something like that. 4 counting
Kentucky Rams,
twice.
Kentucky, Tampa.
You know, he
mean-
was under that McVay tree, and everybody loves the McVay tree. I just think McVay did him a favor, and then he ran into Tampa Bay where they had
Mike Evans just throw jump balls to
Dude,
him in the end
everybody.
zone.
And you know we talk about dorks a lot on here. We're a pro dork podcast, but I think he might be another dork.
He's a dork.
Which one has the most success on there? Real quick.
This year or overall?
Overall.
Overall, most success. I'm gonna go. Well, I'll probably say Ben Johnson, but actually, if we're talking long run, give me Vrabel because I do
It's
think
one of them, I think.
Pete Carroll ain't got long enough. He's not. What's he got left? Maybe 5 years or something.
Yes.
I guess,
No more than that.
Who knows? I mean, who
I'm
knows?
taking
But
the under
I just
on
say
that.
I don't think Pete Carroll coaches long enough. Ben Johnson, I would like to say Ben Johnson, but the Bears are the Bears. I could see Vrabel rebuilding the Patriots in 5 years. So I'll say Vrabel.
For me, it's, the three names are, of course, Johnson, Vrabel, and Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, I just like him because of who he is. Vrabel's got Drake May. I like Vrabel. But Ben Johnson had a choice of a couple teams this offseason. He chose to go to the Bears. I think he knows what they have. He's familiar with the Bears, being in Detroit. I think he knows that team very well. So he's even made comments with those two guys getting hurt from the defense because, he coached against them a lot. He said that it made all the difference in the world when those two guys got hurt. I think Johnson is a superstar in the making, coach-wise. I think the next great mind in coaching.
Who you got?
I'm going Kellen Moore. I think he's in the easiest division to win in.
Yeah, no
Once they
doubt.
get Arch next year after going 0-17,
Arch have to wait one more. Or is Arch a sophomore? Or,
he can go pro.
Okay.
Can he make it through an 0-17 season though?
I think so.
They
If
make
you're
a-
getting Arch, let this dude cook.
Yeah. So you tank on purpose? Do you hire a coach to let him tank on? I mean,
I
if
mean,
you're the owner, do you go to him and say, "Hey"?
Maybe.
I don't think they get rid of Moore after 1 year, especially with those two bums they got at quarterback. Those dudes are awful.
I would tank for it. If I was in their situation with the jerseys they would sell, with just the success, I would tank for Arch Manning if he's that good.
The Panthers aren't getting any better. The Bucks are going to get worse.
The Falcons.
The Falcons.
Yeah.
I think he has.
There's a lot of good
There's a lot.
quarterbacks in this draft. Folks.
Those other divisions are tough with those other two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got Raul,
We'll
it might be
see.
coming out,
Hey,
too.
if he gets Arch and Arch turns out to be something 5 years down the road, you might be right on that.
That'd
pick,
be a cool prediction. I like it though.
All right, so we're gonna go here to our buy or sell players.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Buy or sell players.
I like the rapid fire.
And I added one to our list, and I'm gonna go right at him first. I'm just gonna throw him right at y'all because this one we didn't put him on our list. Justin Herbert, buy or sell.
Buy.
Is this the year? I know we all, Anthony. I know what you think about him. I know, and I'm right there with you. But is he really that guy? You buying or selling?
Buy. The guy's a superstar. Watch him.
you see-
Trust your eyes. He's good.
You see what he does in
He's
playoff
good.
games?
I don't
you see
care.
what he does when it counts?
It's team sport.
You don't care about winning in the
I know.
big
I
moment?
watch him, and when I watch him, he can run. He can pass. He's
You,
a
you
decent
ever
coach
see him
now.
pick sixes he likes to throw in the
Team sport.
playoffs?
You give him some of the receivers some of these other guys got. He's not his number one right now is Lad McConkey.
And he's still got Keenan Allen. How old is that guy?
Yeah, he's old, but he's still good. Look, I love Herbert. The reason I put him on this list is because I do think this is maybe like a Trevor Lawrence. Look, I'm not make or break because Herbert I think is like a gunslinger. I really think there's not many true stand in the pocket. We've talked about this in the past. Stand in the pocket, gunslinging quarterbacks. The game has changed, and you don't see that a lot. I do think Herbert is one of those guys, and I want him to be great. I hope he takes the next step this year. He's got a great coach, great system. Hopefully he can get over the hump. He puts up good numbers, but I'm telling you, when it counts, Herbert's not the guy yet. I hope he gets over the hump. I'm still buying, but it's getting close for me.
I need one more year with him. Give him year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, and let's see what he's got. Maybe this time next year we're all selling.
I agree.
No way for me.
I mean, I think
there was
he's a superstar.
There was a
he
time
was good in
last year
college.
when people couldn't even name his top offensive
Right.
players on his team.
Nobody's.
And they're still winning some games. The guy's good. The guy's actually a really good runner. He's got it all, dude. He's almost the perfect quarterback, dude. He's
But
good.
you have to be able to win when it matters.
Yeah, it's a team sport.
I
They gotta give him
know,
some
but
help.
when you're throwing pick sixes, the reason they lost that playoff game was basically because of him.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta throw those balls because you gotta force it at some point.
It wasn't that situation
I don't know
where
the
it was late in
situation
the
it
game
was,
and he
but
was
I'm just
forced.
saying, though, it's a lot different when you got a great defense behind you and you know, hey, I can just punt it away and my defense is going to take care of things for me, or hey, I got these offensive weapons.
I agree that he's got it, but I think he needs to step it up when it counts. Step it up. Let's go to Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be the hot topic for a lot of people this year. Everybody's going to be watching, see what Aaron Rodgers does this year with Pittsburgh. We've already kind of talked about it, touched on it a little bit. I'm buying Rodgers. I really don't know why because he's old, but I think he goes to Pittsburgh, changes his attitude a little bit, and him and Tomlin ride it for a couple years. I'm buying Rodgers.
I got to sell him. He's the third best quarterback in his division. I can't buy anybody that's that far down. Selling.
Buy big time. Roman Wilson, DK Metcalf. I'm buying. The Jets make a lot of people look bad, guys. I can't believe the guy thought Brady went to Tampa and they were loaded, and I think Aaron Rodgers was so arrogant about how good he thought he was. I think he thought he could go to the Jets and win. Even when he went there, I was thinking, Rodgers, what do you think? You're older. You should go to a good team, more established team. That's what guys do that are a little bit older. He went to the Jets. What was he thinking? They're horrible. He's going to Pittsburgh.
You got the defense that is always good in Pittsburgh.
Can him and Tomlin get along?
When you're winning, winning solves a lot of
like
problems.
A personality clash.
I actually think that's going to be. I think it's going to be a good.
You think Rodgers respects him enough to not give him shit and be an asshole?
I don't care if you're a youth ball. I don't care if you're a Coach Cal, whoever it is. When you're winning, everybody loves you. It's talk about McDaniel at Miami. Dude, a year ago, he was the hottest topic on ESPN, the young guru, the young genius. You start losing, son, you young fucking idiot. Pardon my language. It's everybody loves you when you win. They hate you when you lose. That's the name of the game.
All right, next one. Trevor Lawrence. You buying or selling? He's been up, he's been down. Can he get it done? Can he make it happen in Jacksonville with who you all say is a terrible hire and a bad coach, Liam Cohen? Can Trevor Lawrence get over the hump?
So I will put him in the same situation that I feel like Herbert has been in, and that's why I give Herbert so much credit, is because he's still been able to pull off decent seasons. I don't think Lawrence has much down there over the years, and now with Liam Cohen, I still don't think they got much down there. So I'll sell from that standpoint. I wouldn't mind seeing him go to a better team, have a bad season, kind of fall off, they go after somebody else, and then maybe the latter part of his career that he goes to a team with actually a good offensive coordinator, some quality teams. I think Jacksonville's been really bad.
Seems like a future Seahawk to me.
What do you think about Trevor Lawrence?
I'm selling him to the Seahawks right now. They can send him out there to the Northwest. So I'm selling him.
He'd work in the Colts locker room right now.
He would. Yeah. He would.
Hell
100%.
Yeah. I bet you take him right now. All right, speaking of the Colts, Anthony Richardson. Buy or sell?
Let's start with Josh.
Josh, this is your team. You're a Colts fan. Let the people know what you think about Anthony Richardson.
Is he the next Peyton Manning? Is he the next Andrew Luck?
I don't know. He's not. He's the next to nothing.
He's the next.
Next to nothing. I didn't like him at Florida. He lost to Kentucky. Name another SEC quarterback that's been successful after losing to Kentucky in the NFL.
I don't know.
There's only one quarterback who's successful that actually lost to Kentucky in college.
Who's that?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
Nobody else is a superstar. And he lost to Kentucky. He was better when he was AR-15. Now he's AR-5. He doesn't do anything really well. I mean, they were comparing him to Cam Newton. Cam Newton took that scrub-ass Auburn team to the national title.
Dude, he's nowhere close
But
to
people
Cam
were comparing
Newton.
him to him. He has a strong arm. I don't know if he knows the game well enough. He needs more reps, but he gets hurt, so he's not getting the reps. So it's just a vicious cycle of the same thing. No one ever gets better. He doesn't get the reps that he needs, and he's bringing down the franchise. I got to sell him. I mean, I would have sold him on draft day. That's how much I didn't want him. I know Anthony still has faith in him.
I am selling.
One Anthony to another.
Yeah, I am selling. I told you I saw the little thing a couple of days ago where he's like dead last in NFL history in 3 major categories.
Completion percentage.
Yeah, it was like third down completion. It was not major, but they were reasonable stats. Dead last in NFL history. I'm with you. I didn't see it in Florida. Kid came out of nowhere. They started just acting like he was the next coming of Cam Newton, I guess. I've never seen it. And he looks like garbage in the NFL. I'm selling. You know how much I don't like Daniel Jones. Richardson's worse than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones should be the starter on this team.
And they still haven't made an announcement of who the starter is going to be.
I don't know why. It should be Daniel Jones.
So I'll tell y'all where I am with this.
Maybe they should trade for Kellen Moore and get him to play quarterback.
He's got to coach. He's got to coach the Saints so they can get ours.
I'm going to be as honest as I can with this.
Oh,
So in
shit.
college, I thought he was horrible. Of course, the combine comes. He can throw it like 200 yards off his knees, blindfolded, strong arm, freak athlete. That's why they drafted him. You know, he has a super strong arm. He's got the legs. I said he was going to be horrible. He had a decent start. Then he got hurt. And then he took himself out of the game, which, you know, drew a lot of people off. Well, I got a call from my card friend. He had like a 1 of 10 gold rookie of Richardson. The CJ Stroud in the same class is worth like $1,300, $1,400.
We're
PSA
talking about
10.
baseball cards now.
Football cards.
Football cards.
I got it for like $180. I thought it was just a good buy from a standpoint. I knew the Colts weren't done with him yet.
It is now worth $16.
No, it's still not. No, it's worth still about $300. It's but this season will be the
Anthony,
year.
if you found anybody to give you $300 for an Anthony Richardson card, man, you'd hit the lotto.
It's his gold rookie. I mean, he's still like there's still people the Colts are still buying in on him. I bet you he's still their guy. I believe that.
I think they have to start him. Being a Colts fan, I think he's got to be the starter. I know they said it's open competition, but they have too much invested. I think they have to give him one more shot.
He's got legs, got some arm.
And
Like
see if he can fill it. They added, he got Jonathan Taylor.
I love Jones coming in.
They got
and
Warren.
I like Jones coming in and pushing him. I love that idea.
Yes.
I think they did that on purpose.
You ain't going to push him much. He ain't that much better
Well, I'm
than
gonna tell
him.
you what. I watched him in the preseason game the other day. I know it's just preseason. I thought he looked better.
I did too.
And he didn't have a bad start, guys. It ain't like that. He just looked horrible the whole time. He had a decent start, and then he got hurt, and then he brought himself out of the game, and that just turned everybody off.
Yes, it did. That hurt his reputation.
It
big
did.
time.
But I don't
Anthony,
mind his game.
I did think he looked good the other night against the
Yeah.
Packers.
So-
Anthony is solely buying because he bought a football card.
But okay, I'll say this. So when I went to buy that card, first thing I did before I brought that card, I looked up, are the Colts done with him? Like, where are they at with him? And I start reading about him, how he did his first season. And I start speculating at that point, and I kind of got bought into him as I was speculating. So that's where I am with
He's
him.
got all the tools. I think it's more of a head game than anything. He
All
needs
right.
to learn the game.
All right, few more here real quick. J.J. McCarthy. Everybody, this is going to be another hot topic, I think. Minnesota coming off of 12 or 13 wins last year, got rid of Darnold. I mean, they're going all in with J.J. Darnold had a really good year. They could have easily stuck with him for a couple more years, got rid of J.J., but they did it the other way. They're sticking with him. I like J.J. I want him to be good. I'm just not sure about him. This is a layaway for me. This is a true layaway. I am a fan of JJ, and I want him to be good, but I think Minnesota takes a little bit of a step back here because they won like 13 games last year. And it's a tough spot for JJ, which is, it's his second year, but he's actually a rookie. I mean, he's going to be making his first start. I'm putting him on layaway for now, but I am cheering for the kid.
Josh?
I just don't care about him. I don't know what it is. He does nothing for me. I'm selling just because I don't care about him.
I got you.
I want to see some game tape on him. He seems boring. We'll see what he does, but I'm selling.
I like boring. I do. That's my type.
But
of
you hate game managers.
Yep. It's bum 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 bum. No. I'm a Michigan fan. Like JJ. I was just reading the other day. I'm not like I'm keeping up with Minnesota like that because I'm not. But I was reading the other day that everything the Minnesota coach and staff has seen about him, they absolutely love. I mean, they are like
They
raving
better
it.
because they're all in.
Look, I'll say this. I don't think they would have traded Darnold with that season if they weren't really confident what they had. That was my first kind of thought. And then after reading this from like a couple weeks ago where they're just raving about everything about him, I mean, they say he looks like a superstar written all over him. I'm buying. Look, when he was at Michigan, they won a national title. Jim Harbaugh was all about running the ball, playing defense. JJ never really got to show
He
off
did
his
not.
stuff.
He did not.
But that's just the offense that he ran. But when he was able to show off his arm, it was there. The guy's got the tools. He's built like a quarterback. He's smart. He's learned the system. Actually, I think it's nice to not have to play your first season. I know he didn't get injured on purpose, but I thought it worked out for him. Everybody's trying to play these guys to get them on the rookie contract now. But
He's got arguably one of the best coaches in the league, especially offensive wise. So
one of the top,
he's in a hell of a spot.
top receiver.
Great team. I mean, all around. Almost couldn't be in a better spot as a rookie quarterback. So or making your first start. So is he still? He'll be a rookie, right?
I think he's
Because
still
he got-
considered
he
a
got-
rookie,
He
yes.
got injured, right?
Yes, he
I
should
think
still-
he should be a rookie. So
So can he win Rookie of the Year?
I think so. I know,
think
like
so.
in the NBA, there's weird rules like
He's
that.
not Rookie of the Year. No, that's a topic coming up.
let's just rapid fire these real quick. Cam Ward, buy or sell?
Sell.
I'm selling too.
I'm buying him just because I got Titans fans and I'm rooting for him. My division sucks. I want it to be better. Go Cam Ward.
I want Levis to maybe get another chance, and if Cam Ward looks bad, then maybe somebody will give Levis another chance.
Bryce Young.
I'm gonna buy the kid. Listen, I'm not buying big time like I would like invest a lot of money in him. He was the number one pick. You know, I feel like everybody wrote him off. The Panthers start showing signs of life at the end of last year. So I feel like Carolina deserves something good. They've been bad for a little bit here. So I'm gonna buy Bryce Young. I'm not buying him as a superstar, but I'm gonna buy him as a quarterback because I feel like everybody wrote him off.
I don't know what to think about Bryce Young. I kind of think the same way you kind of put it about Trevor Lawrence. I almost feel like he'd be better off getting another start with another team. I don't know if the kid's actually good or not. He's only like, what, 5'8", 5'9"? I'm not sure how good he is. He's been up and down. He did revive his career a little bit towards the end of the year last year. He played pretty good, but I'm still not sold on him. I'd like to see him maybe go to another team, but if I had to buy or sell right this second, I'd probably sell.
I'm selling too. Get him out of that division. The division sucks. Bring someone else in. Get the division back up. I liked him a lot in college at Alabama. I really did. I liked watching him play. Watched a lot of his games, or probably all of his games, but it just hasn't translated yet. He did catch a little bit of fire at the end of the year. Let's see if that momentum carries into the first few weeks of the season.
They were about to cut ties with him. They was about to bench him for the rest of the year. Everybody was talking about he's done, and next thing you know, he come back. He did start playing good there at the end of the year, but yeah, I'm not sold on him.
I think you're better off not getting drafted number one. Some of these number one picks go to some really bad teams, man. It's a shame because you're probably better off going late in the first round to a really good team, you know, but you're not going to get as much money. But
All right, defensive player of the year, Anthony's favorite category.
absolutely.
Defense. Why do you think we called it Blitz the Bookie? He loves blitzing.
Defense wins
He
championships,
loves
baby.
defense. So we'll let you go first, Anthony. Defensive player of the year. Who you got?
He won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year.
I got Verse.
Yeah, that's who I got. That's who it is. He's out of
I'm just
the Florida State Star. They got, you know, their defensive line. They hit on the draft. They got the other boy from Florida State, Fisk. They got the Kobe. I forget his last name, but they're all three studs on the defensive line. They're all young. That defensive line is nasty, but Verse is the star of them all. If you remember, he started off at like Albany College. Then he went to Florida State and dominated. Talking about Norvell, that was the year they had Fisk and Verse. That's why they were good. That defensive line was freaky. And Verse last year looked like a freak. Watch out for the Rams this year. But, yeah, I'm going to take Verse.
That dude is a monster. I had him written down. I crossed him off because I knew you were going to pick him. I'm going to go outside the box here. I know this is not going to happen. I should probably look at the odds. I'm picking him because he was a hot name at the end of last year. He's on a really good team, so I think that gives him a chance. Give me Cooper DeJean. I know it ain't going to happen. When's the last time a white, what is he, a safety? He's a safety.
Corner.
He-
No, first
he's
white
a
corner.
corner. Yeah, he's a
First white-
corner.
That's
Yes.
the thing. He's
Yeah.
first white corner. Like
First
since-
white corner. Now I'm making him defensive player of the year.
It's who? Jason Sehorn from the Giants.
Yeah. Sehorn probably, yeah. Wasn't there another Atwater or
Yeah, John Lynch too, but he's more of a safety.
John Lynch was a safety.
Yeah. There ain't been many white corners.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a defensive player of the year, white corner, Cooper DeJean.
Out of Iowa.
I don't know the guy I picked if he could really win it, but you know, some people commented they really weren't sports fans, but they liked our show. So I'm just giving a defensive player for some of the people out there to watch, and it's Max Crosby.
He could definitely win it.
just
that
the-
dude might be the best defensive player in the league.
Just a psycho on the line for the Raiders. He plays for the Raiders. He looks exactly like someone who should play for the Raiders.
They should never
Yes,
trade
he
him.
does.
They should never trade
He
him.
looks like the Raiders mascot. or
Yes, he
something.
does. I mean, he reminds me of Steve Latimer from the program.
He smokes blunts if we got him on this podcast, he would just fire up a blunt right here.
But,
Have you seen him? He just smokes blunts.
But I
on
mean,
the
he's relentless. I couldn't
I think he
imagine.
did it on the post game, didn't he? Did he fire one up on the set? I swear he did.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a blunt, but somebody to watch, have a good time. He played on Sunday Night Football a couple times last year. It was just fun to watch that guy just go after the quarterback for 4 quarters.
That's a good pick because that could happen. I do.
He's just a fun player to watch.
He's not on a good team, but they are.
And he's crazy.
I like that guy. Is he even going to play though? I know that he was kind of holding out there or something.
No, he's playing.
No, he's playing. They got a contract.
They got him lined out.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
All right.
Before we touch Rookie of the Year, let's touch on this one quick second.
What you got?
I just wanted to take a second and just mention the 2024 class, the NFL rookie class. Guys, I've been watching football a lot of years. I don't remember a class anywhere near this level. I mean, you got 5 quarterbacks. You got Caleb Williams, Penix. You got Daniels.
Kyle McCord.
Drake May, Kyle McCord, Bo Nix. You got receivers, BTR.
Oh, you talk about last year's.
Yes,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
this year. Yes.
BTR, Neighbors,
Kyle McCord
Bucky
again.
Irving, Bowers on defense, Verse.
That is
the
that is
draft
a hell
is
of a-
loaded, and I just wanted to touch on it real quick. It looks like there's been some good classes out there, but this class right here looks like it's really good, and it looks like it's going to be good for the future of the NFL. And just wanted to get y'all's guys' take on how strong y'all thought the class was.
From the names that you just rattled, at first I thought you were talking about this year. That just
I
happened.
did too.
This happened, but yeah, that's a solid group. There's a bunch of
5 quarterbacks in one class, like
Yeah.
5 legit quarterbacks in one class.
Yeah, I like it. It's hard to say a year into it.
I agree.
There's been, and I'd have to look into some of the top classes, but with what you just named, it's pretty solid. But 1 year, kind of tough.
I agree with Winkle. I think we got to run this topic back next year. We're going to have a lot more tape on these guys. McCarthy will be playing.
And let's see them sophomore slumps.
Jay
You never
Daniels,
know.
yeah.
I know
So-
in the sports card game, people joke about it on the forums and stuff. They say 2024 forever, baby. They, because 2025's come out. Well, like Cam Ward and them is kind of a weaker draft from a collectible standpoint. But 2024, people are trying to buy boxes. 2024 is the year.
But I think next year we run this topic back.
I like it.
Yeah, especially for the quarterbacks.
Or maybe even maybe this is a summer topic.
Yeah, especially for the quarterbacks. We need to see second year, and for somebody like JJ, we need to see him for the first time. So
There's wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. I mean, defensive players. The class. I mean, Cooper and Verse on defense, and wide receivers, Neighbors, BTR, McLean down at Tampa. Running backs, you had Bucky Irving. The class is freaking loaded, dude.
we just picked 2 of them to be defensive player of the year. Yeah. All right, rookie of the year. Anybody got anything exciting? Who you got, Josh?
I'm taking, like I said, I like the Chargers. I'm excited to watch them. I'm going with that running back out of North Carolina, Amarion Hampton.
I like it because
right.
I think Harbaugh will run the ball a lot. I like that pick.
And
Josh.
that'll probably be a good 1-2 combo with him and Najee Harris. I like that pick. Anthony, what you got?
Look, if JJ's considered a rookie, I'm going JJ. But I planned on him not being a rookie when I prepared for this, so I'll go ahead and say who I like. I'm going to go Warren at Indy. Overall, I think it's just a weak class. Now, you might have some good linemen in there that end up being really good out of it. As I was researching Richardson and what the coach thought about him, they was going to draft him a tight end because they wanted to make throws shorter for him.
He needs a safety valve.
Yeah, I think they'll use him a lot. I thought about taking Loveland at Chicago, but they got the other tight end. What's his name? Kermit or whatever his name is, Chicago. They're going to have a 2 tight end system. I think they're really good. Indy's really going to feature Warren there, and I think that makes some easy completion for Richardson, which they're trying to do. So I'm going to take Warren out of Indy.
And I think if Warren gets Rookie of the Year, we get another year of Anthony Richardson.
That'd be a good thing.
That would
Josh.
suck
It
for
would.
you.
No, it wouldn't.
I mean, if he's good, I mean, if we
Yeah.
make the playoffs, or
Well, I mean, like
I'm
you're
not
like
mad.
you're like
I'm
me, a
still
fan.
gonna
Like you
root
might
for my
not be
team.
sold on him, but if he starts doing good, you're buying, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think the easy answer is Travis Hunter, but I'm not going to go with Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter, yeah, I'd like to pick him, but defensive, we already seen. Defensive players do not win this. Isn't that what we looked at?
Yes,
rookie
yes,
year?
yes.
Not
Yeah,
many.
defensive players
No.
do not win that. So, and plus Abdul Carter plays for the Giants. So I don't know how any Giant's going to win any award.
first coach fired, they can win that award.
They will win that award. Ashton Jenney, I think, could be a sneaky pick here. I didn't. Have you looked at these odds? I'd say Ashton Jenney's got to be up there, probably towards the top, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go outside the box on this one too. Give me Egbuka, the receiver from Ohio State. He got drafted by Tampa Bay.
They got another receiver.
Yes, they
God
got
bless.
Evans and they got one back, and he's
And
going to be
McClain.
their third receiver. I think he might be the most ready receiver probably that was drafted, maybe the most ready rookie. I think he not only gets a lot of looks and a lot of time, but probably gets more looks than usual because of those other two receivers. And, Baker will throw the ball around. So I think he's a sneaky pick.
I like it.
I don't know the odds, but I would like to actually see his odds because
He could be up there too.
Yeah,
and that could be a good pick.
It could be high, and I'm telling you, the way that they sling that ball around, it could be a good pick.
Dude, they got an offense.
They
like,
do.
and who isn't happy for Baker Mayfield?
I love him.
Listen,
I love him, too.
they
He's a
did him
fun
so
guy.
dirty in Cleveland, was
Yes.
making fun of him. Oh, you're the problem. He goes down there, shows out. Way to get him, Baker.
It's just
Cleveland,
like you
you're
said,
the joke.
It's
You're
like
the
you
joke.
said about the Jets.
Yeah.
Cleveland can make a lot of people look bad.
That's right.
All right. Next topic, Anthony. You can start it off. Team you are excited to watch.
So I will say this. Charlie has been brought into this team for a couple years. I kind of was on the fence with them, kind of selling them. But I'm in.
Tampa?
Tampa.
He's in on
They're
Tampa
good,
this
dude.
year.
They-
They are.
I think it made Liam Cohen look good. That's my angle. When Liam Cohen can look good as your offensive coordinator, you're good. I think Jacksonville's going to look back at that and like, what in the world were we thinking? I think that's going to maybe one of the worst hires in NFL history. I might be wrong.
And their defense was good last year too. I mean, fourth in rushing defense. Their passing defense was a little off, but
And Baker's
they
fun
got a
to
good
watch.
team, man.
He's
They
fun
got-
to watch, isn't he? I mean, he's just the swagger he plays with, the way they did him in Cleveland. It's hard not to root for the guy.
I will say about Tampa though, they got a tough schedule. Who
Bring
you
it
like,
on.
Josh?
I like Tampa, but I'm gonna go kind of like backwards here. A team I'm excited to watch. How bad can they be? The New Orleans Saints. Can they run the table in reverse?
man.
Can they run the table in
Are
reverse?
you remember the Manning family?
You want him to run it in reverse.
Run it in reverse, baby.
You remember what we said last year about after like week 3 of the NFL season about the Saints?
They were the best team in NFL
Greatest
history.
team in NFL history. Remember, they were scoring like 40 something a game. They were averaging like 41 points a
They had
game
a lot
after
of
3
injuries.
weeks, and then they lost like 15 straight games.
I just will see how bad they can be. Tyler Shook, Spencer Rattler. I mean, how's that dude in the NFL?
I have no clue how
But
he's
I
in
love
the
it.
NFL.
I want to see him go out there, go 7 for 23 for 46 yards and 2 interceptions.
He must do good in those private workouts or something. He must be the workout king, son, because
He went to Oklahoma and then to South Carolina.
he was a big recruit coming
He
out of high
was.
school.
He was on that Netflix show,
Yeah.
QB1.
Yep.
Coming
That's
out
the
of high
first
school.
time I ever seen
Yes.
him. Yeah, and he was a cocky little
Yes, he
shit on
was.
that show. He was a cocky
I remember
shit.
when Caleb Williams took his job and they were at Oklahoma and Lincoln Riley was being loyal to Spencer Rattler, but Caleb Williams was like the top quarterback coming out of college. And he was just the backup, but Rattler was the upperclassman. And, he that year he was supposed to be like one of the Heisman favorites going
Yes.
into the year. And he was starting to have a rough year. And I never seen it with him when they were playing. Maybe it was Texas. They were down by like 2 or 3 touchdowns, or it was one of their rivals. And something happened, and they gave Caleb Williams a shot. Like on the second play, he gets out of trouble and like scrambles, some crazy scramble for a touchdown, look like Superman out there. I called Charlie up right that moment.
Yeah,
I said,
I
dude,
remember
this
that.
dude's awesome. I said, he's awesome. I've been on the chat. I actually ended up winning a big future bet on him at Heisman. I cashed on that ticket when he was at USC. But I remember when they showed on the sideline a picture of Rattler's face. He knew it. He knew that boy was better than him. And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
he
He-
knew
he-
it was over. He knew it was over.
It was so funny. I mean, he had so many games where he would just collapse. He'd be 11 for 11 in the first half, and then the game would get tight, and he's throwing
terrible.
picks all over the place. Crazy. But I can't wait. Let's watch the Saints, baby.
Let's go.
The Saints run the table in reverse. Well, my most excited team to watch. Look, if we're talking September and October, my boys, the Dolphins, high flying. The weather's nice. It's sunny. It's hot. The Dolphins are flying high, scoring a lot of points, looking like a Super Bowl champ for the first about 6 to 8 weeks. And then after that,
It's a
everything
little
goes to
cold.
shit.
Fall weather
So,
starts creeping in.
They got to go
September-
to New England.
September and October, I'm excited to see the Dolphins. After that, I will be in depression. But for the whole season, it's Pittsburgh. Can Aaron Rodgers bounce back? with no nonsense coach, no nonsense owner, all that. They don't mess with any of the bullshit. So I don't think they're not going to deal with Aaron Rodgers bullshit. We've seen it for years. They get rid of Antonio Brown. They'll get rid of Mike Wallace. They'll get rid of Pickens. They'll get rid of who was the running back, the best running back in the game for a few years there that Pittsburgh had. They got rid of him.
Oh, Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. They don't mess around. So I don't think they're going to mess around. I do think that, you asked the question earlier about the gelling. I think they're going to have to gel because I don't think Pittsburgh will deal with it. If I had an honorable mention, it'd be the whole NFC North, because I think that's maybe the most intriguing division. Chicago, hard to read. Minnesota coming off of a great season with a new quarterback. Detroit could be the best team in the NFL. Who knows? And Green Bay.
It's the best division in football.
I can't read Green Bay. That division could go a lot of different ways.
I agree.
Talking about divisions, let's jump into our division picks.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys. So let's start up in the AFC East. That's going to be your Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets. Who you got, Josh?
I'm taking the Bills. I think they're the best team. I do think this is it's always one of my favorite divisions to watch. I think it's very competitive because even when like Tom Brady and them were dominating that division, New England comes in there week 2 to Miami and loses.
Yeah,
it's just always
Dolphins,
been
we always had New England's number.
They did.
At least once a year, not every time, but we were splitting almost every year.
And I think that's just a very competitive division. I like it, but I still think the Bills are by far the best team.
Yeah, I got the Bills too. I got them at 12-5. They're over. This is actually the only over-under on total wins that I even know. I think their over-under is 10.5. I got them at 12, and I feel like I was being a little bit conservative. I feel like they might even get to 13. I think over 10.5 is an easy winner for the Bills. I do not see them losing or winning less than 10 games.
Not unless Josh Allen gets hurt.
They
still might get it. Yeah, I'm with you.
I think worst case scenario would be 10-7. 10-7. I got them at 12-5, and I do feel like I was a little bit conservative on maybe one game. I could see them 13-4. This is a pretty easy division. Look, the Dolphins, I hope they're good, but they probably won't be. The Pats, I got them at 9-8. Maybe a little bit comeback here, and the Jets suck. So Bills, easy in this division.
Look, Bills the easy choice, but I will say that I think the Dolphins might be setting on a decent year. I really do.
Does it end in October, end of October?
Well, maybe it does, maybe it don't. But I'll say this. When things are going good, their offense is really good. I feel like they've been close a few years there. Tua got hurt. I respect the dude for coming back. I'm not a big Tua guy from a talent standpoint. I do think he gets the ball out quick, which works with that system. But I don't like him going deep on many balls. But he's grown on me. He really has. I like who he is as a person a lot now. And everybody said he should have retired. That's his life, dude. What I do for a living, I'm a contractor. I know it's hard on my body, but it's what pays the best for my family. And people got to respect that. People say, oh, you don't know what you do to your body. People all across this country every day sacrifice their bodies to make a very modest living. This guy has a chance to play in the NFL. Don't judge somebody. You've not walked a mile in his shoes. That's a generational wealth-changing job. Some people are willing to sacrifice their body to change their family's life. And you know what's called being a man. So the guy's grown on me.
You picking the Dolphins?
No, I'm picking the Bills. But I will say
I thought he was coming with some fire.
He just wanted a blue collar rant.
I thought he was coming with fire.
I do think the Dolphins are going to have a very good year. I just think Bills are.
Do they still have both A-Chain and
Yeah,
Mostert?
he goes to the blue collar and then right back to the Bills. Of course.
The Bills are blue collar.
No,
They are
Mostert's
blue
gone.
collar.
Mostert's gone, and he got picked up by somebody good too. I got it written down here somewhere, but Mostert's gone. So you got the Bills.
Yeah, we all three got the Bills.
Of course.
So jumping down to the AFC West, we're out there in the mountains, out in the plains. The Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, and Chargers. Decent little division. Who do you got, Josh?
I'm taking the Chargers. I think the Chiefs take a step back. They're getting older. I'm rooting for the Chargers. Like I said, one of the teams I want to watch, Jim Harbaugh. I think it's a close division, one game between Chargers and the Chiefs. They probably separate who wins that division. But I really like the Chargers. I think the Chiefs are going to be great, but I just think it's time for someone else. Go Chargers.
Who you got, Charlie?
I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs at 13-4 again. I got them starting off 0-2. I can't remember who they played. And then rattling off 6 in a row. And I got them finishing 13-4. As long as you got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be just fine. Yeah, I got Kansas City. I do think that the Chargers take a step up. I got them at 12-5, but they had a major injury yesterday. I meant to say this when we talked about the Chargers a little bit earlier. Major injury, offensive lineman Rashawn Slater out for the year. I think that just happened yesterday. And I want to say he is the blindside tackle for Herbert. I could be wrong about that, but I'm almost. I actually had the Chargers written in at 12-5, and then I downgraded them to 11-6, but still 2 games behind Kansas City.
Chiefs start off against the Chargers on that Friday night, 8:00 on YouTube.
I got where's it at?
And then the next game
is it in Kansas City? Because I had that.
Yeah, you had them losing their first two.
I got them losing their first 2, so I want to say is
week
that in
week
the Chargers?
2. It's Eagles at Chiefs.
Andy
and
Reid.
they're at LA Chargers. Week 1. So,
they're
the Chargers
at the Chargers
on that Friday night,
and then at home against Philly.
Yes.
Yeah, I got them starting 0-2, but
and they've always struggled in those season openers.
You're right. You're right. They do.
I like the Chargers. I hate that they lost their left tackle. It seems like the team can't catch a break. I think this is a very tough division, though. Look, the Chiefs, Charlie says as long as they have Mahomes and they have Andy Reid, I kind of agree with that. But the backbone of that team right now is the defense. That defense is shut down.
Mahomes didn't have to score that much last year.
And they still made it to the Super Bowl.
It's because that defense is nasty. So I do think that's...
No credit to Mahomes. No credit to Jalen
Hurts. I think the offense has been...
Both quarterbacks in the Super Bowl suck.
Game managers.
No, I think the offenses throughout the years have been great, but the Chiefs' offense wasn't that good last year.
No, it wasn't.
No, they were not.
I'm not even going to pick them to win the division. I'm going to pick the Broncos to win the division. The Broncos maybe have the best offensive line in football. Their defense is really good. They have Surtain out there, maybe the best corner in the league. Bo Nix, what he did last year.
Year 2.
I think the Broncos are a hot team, dude, right now. And I've been up and down with the Broncos, but their offensive line is elite. I like the Broncos to win the division.
This division could rival the NFC North because I have Kansas City 13-4. I got the Chargers at 11-6, and I got Denver at 10-7. I got the Raiders at 6-11, but kind of the same.
But they're going to win a division game or 2.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same though. I had Chicago with 6-11, and then I had 3 good records. But I got 13 wins, 10 wins, and 12 wins. This is a tough division.
No doubt.
I think it will be. Let's go from one of the toughest divisions to probably the worst division in the NFL.
AFC South?
The AFC South. Josh's division.
Yeah.
You want to start it off?
I mean,
are your Colts going to win the division?
No, they're not. I'm just going with the chalk here that I know you guys may not agree with. I think
Duval.
I think Houston's the best team.
Yeah.
I don't love them at all.
Overrated.
I think they are. The whole division is.
They finished up strong at the end of last year. They didn't have the start that they wanted, but man, they finished up strong at the end of last year.
I mean, Stroud had a better rookie year. Again, going sophomore slump. I thought he had a better rookie year than he did a second year.
But don't you feel like they came on at the end? They got hot at the end.
They did have some injuries too with Tank Dell, and they had some other offensive injuries. So
they might be one of the best teams this year. They were supposed to be one of the best teams going into last year, and they had those injuries. They got really hot at the end of the year.
You got Houston winning it?
I got Houston.
Who you got? You got Houston winning
I kind of want to, but I'm going to go wild card here. I'm going to go I don't know why I'm doing this because I do like Houston to win it, but I'm going to go wild card. I'm going to go with the Colts.
The Colts. I got the Colts finishing 4-13.
Damn.
I got Tennessee 3-14. I got Houston 8-9 because they're overrated, and I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have no clue why I'm buying Jacksonville, but I got them 10-7, winning the shittiest division in football. Let's go, Jags. Let's go.
He's selling the coach, but they're division winners.
Selling the coach, buying the team.
He wants
division
the coach fired,
winners.
but they're division winners. Dude's gonna be there a decade.
Oh shit. NFC North.
AFC
Or
North.
AFC North, I'm sorry.
North.
AFC North.
Tough division.
Anthony.
Who day, baby. I can't go against my Bengals. Look, I know the Ravens are good. I'm not a Lamar guy. Everybody knows that listens to this show. But I respect that they have a really good team. I respect the Ravens. But the Bengals have had slow starts, and they finished like hot as hell. This is the year for the Bengals. I think that, Mims, he was their first-round pick, offensive tackle like a year or two ago. They say he's still work in progress. I say this is the year that he puts it all together. Bengals win the division. Yes.
I'm going Ravens. Lamar, Hamilton on defense. Another year of Derrick Henry. I think if Derrick Henry doesn't lose a step, I think this is a special year for the Ravens. Zay Flowers, another year, electric player. And I agree with you, Anthony. The Bengals just start so slow every year, and they're playing catch-up. And unless that changes,
it's got to change, don't it? I mean, it's got to change.
I mean, they are fighting every
Dude,
year
they'll
to
go like
get
1-6, and then they'll get hot as a firecracker. Nobody can stop them.
It's crazy, and that's the reason I'm taking the Ravens is just because of the way the Bengals start the last few years with Joe Burrow. It's crazy. They're consistent.
Well, this is the year that Cincinnati starts fast, guys. They are going to start 8-3. But after their bye, it looks like they got a late bye in, I think, the November the 9th. After they come back from their bye, at Steelers, at home against the Patriots, at Ravens, at Bills, back at home against the Ravens, at Dolphins. They've got a tough schedule there at the end. I've got them starting 8-3, and I've got them finishing those last 6 games 2-4 to finish 10-7. This is another tough division because I got a 12-win team, I got an 11-win team, and I got a 10-win team. Then I got Cleveland at 3. I got Pittsburgh winning this division.
The Steel.
I got Pittsburgh.
The Steel.
12-5. I got Baltimore 1 game back at 11-6 and Cincinnati at 10-7. Like I said, I think Cincinnati starts hot but has a rough finish there. FC North is always tough, but I'm buying Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin.
You say that your father was a Pittsburgh fan. I feel like everybody that's our father's age, Pittsburgh must have been the America's team then, because every guy about that age is probably in his mid-60s now. They love Pittsburgh. It must have been their team at the time. I guess Mean Joe Green and
My dad-
Terry Bradshaw.
My dad
Jack
has never
Lambert, all that
had
boys.
an NFL team.
Yeah.
And my dad's a diehard football fan, loves it,
My dad's
tunes
a
in
Pittsburgh guy.
Saturday and Sunday. Butch has never had
Never
a team.
had a team.
So one year I bought him a jacket that just said NFL. Bought him a puff coat. It just said NFL.
That's awesome.
That's kind of, for years, like I've been a college
He
football
just
guy.
likes football. Never had a team. Never seen the dude wear anything other than like a Kentucky shirt or something. But he's never, picked a team. But he
That's wild.
just got him an NFL jacket.
That's kind of me. So I'm a college football guy through and through. But NFL, of course, I was a kid. I loved it. And then I just was a college football guy for a lot of years. I watched the NFL, but just it wasn't my passion. But as I've got more into it, and it's become more of a passion again for me the last 3 or 4 years. But I've always followed players. Now, I love it when a local team's good like the Bengals, or I pulled for Colts when they had Peyton. And even when the Titans are good, I've pulled for them. I like local teams. But I've always followed players in the NFL. But now that they got one of my favorite players in Joey B, a local team, I'm all over Cincinnati. So.
All right, so that does it for the AFC. Let's move on to the NFC. We'll start NFC East. Easy pick for me. I think this is a terrible division. I think Washington takes a little step back. I think Dallas is garbage like always, and the Giants are going to be looking for a new coach. Philly, 12-5. They keep rolling. I think they might have a little dynasty going on here. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl, but Philly's going to be a problem again. I got Philly winning this division by 3 games over Washington pretty easily.
I don't need to say much because Winkle said everything that I would have said. Eagles.
Anthony?
Tough, for me, this is a tough pick. I think the Eagles are still really good. I say they're overrated because I feel like everybody has them at the very top. I don't think they're that, but they're still a very good team. The Commanders, I think they got it going on down there. I'm not sold on Daniels, but I'm sold on the system as a whole. I think they have a really good system, but I'm going to take a wild card on this one. This is my long shot pick.
He's taking the Cowboys.
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I knew it.
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
6-11.
I think that they've had some injuries and stuff. And look, that's a long shot pick. I get it. If you just told me, hey, you got one team for $1 million, I wouldn't take them. But with their odds, I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I ain't dogging you. I took Jacksonville, so.
Who's the Cowboys got week 1?
But I didn't take them in the division with the reigning Super Bowl champs. Dallas. I got them at 6.
Dallas is opening night at Philly.
I got them 6-11. I don't know how tough their schedule
8:20
is.
on
Gonna be a
Peacock.
Cowboy, baby.
You picked Philly.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
riding with you. Everything
All
you
right,
said.
we're
is what I was gonna say.
moving right on. We'll stick with the format. Anthony went to the West last time. Let's go to the NFC West. I actually got a tie here. I have a tie. I know who Anthony's taking. You've heard it on this show plenty of times. We're Rams fans. This is a pro Rams podcast too.
You hired another Rams guy.
we like dorks and we like Rams. I got the Rams 12-5. I will say I am very, very worried about Matthew Stafford.
Well, you
It's
worried
tough.
he's going to break every record this year?
I'm worried about can he stay healthy?
Health. He's limping
Will
now.
he be playing at the end of the season when it matters? Can he get through the full season? I don't want him to miss 4 or 5 games in the middle of the year because that could be a big. They've got Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett. Okay, Matthew Stafford needs to stay healthy. If the Rams are the team that we think they can be, and a lot of people think they can be because they're not under the radar anymore. The Rams are a really good team. I've still got them 12-5 because I do believe in Stafford. I like McVay. I like everything about the Rams. But I got San Francisco at 12-5 too. San Francisco has the worst schedule maybe in the history of the NFL. Everybody is selling San Francisco right now after the year that they had last year. But let's not forget, San Francisco had the most injuries maybe that I can ever remember from a single team in a single season last year. Their whole offense was hurt. Half of their defense was hurt. They still got Purdy. I'm not saying Purdy's the guy, but I love Shanahan. I'm a buyer on Purdy. The system, and I think the schedule sets up for San Francisco. I got them both at 12-5. So I don't know who who wins the tiebreaker, but that's what I got. I think Arizona's 8-9 and Seattle 7-10, but it's the Rams and San Fran for me.
I'm a Rams guy. Riding with Stafford as long as he's healthy. I think they're the best team in that division.
So let me get on my rant for a second here. Look, I think I'm selling the 49ers. They had to pay Purdy, so they had to get rid of some guys. But they've had Purdy for $1 million. If you can't win with Purdy on your payroll for $1 million, you ain't going to win when you had to pay him. So that's my 2 cents out there. I thought the 49ers did miss the ship. I thought they were the best team or had the best talent for a few years. But, now that they've had to pay Purdy, they've had to make some adjustments. I do think Arizona's got a nice little team. Up-and-coming team, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison. I like some things they got going on there. But let me break this down for everybody. I want people to try to understand how good the Rams are. 3 years ago, the Rams won the Super Bowl. 2 years ago, the Rams got hurt during the regular season, a lot of injuries. They got healthy. They made the playoffs. And they made a really good run in the playoffs and got beat by Detroit on a controversial pass interference call. And this was when Detroit was on the come up. Turn the page to last year. Same thing. They got hurt during the year. They got everybody healthy. They got hot. And they gave Philly the best game of anybody in the playoffs. They got beat, what was that, in the Final Four at Philly in the snow.
Could have won that game.
Yes. It was the better team, I think, watching them. Got rid of Cup. Nothing matter with Cup, but I just don't think he was worth what they were paying him. I love Puka. I think Stafford is gold. They hit on their defensive draft the last couple years, so they got all these great defensive players on the cheap. Maybe we should be talking about them favorites to win the Super Bowl right now.
Is this Stafford's final ride?
If he wins it, maybe. But I'm tell you what, I didn't see no slowdown in that arm last year. He was Halenser.
I know.
Like those guys lose their arm. That's what happens. I seen it with Peyton. That defense won it in Denver for him. Brady kept his arm longer than other people. But I'm telling you, that arm last year still was a rocket launcher.
It ain't the arm, it's the back, bro.
Yeah, I'm worried about every other body part.
It ain't the arm. I ain't worried one bit about Stafford's arm.
Big Ben, that's all he had left
it's
at the
his back,
end.
and back is not good.
That's a Halenser on
I
it.
just worry about Kenny.
The defense, they can play defensive football now. They don't have to score 1 million points no more. And I think they can, but they can play through that defense. When you can play through your defense, you can do – if Jalen Hurts can win a Super Bowl through his defense, Matthew Stafford can. Super Bowl –
Can Jimmy Garoppolo?
No.
Exactly. So Stafford better stay healthy. Because
That's
if not,
anybody.
then it's the drunk Stetson Bennett.
I think you can say about a lot of
That's who's behind Garoppolo.
There's not a lot of good backups around the NFL.
No.
And they actually won some games with their backups. That's what saved them a little bit over the last couple of years. So, the Rams.
The Rams. All right. The NFC North. Very intriguing division. Josh, who you got?
I think they're better. I think the Lions get Hutchinson back, healthy. Hopefully his leg still works after that snap in half. But that offense is good. They did lose Ben Johnson.
Yep.
Did he lose his leg?
No, it's still there.
He didn't have a prostate or nothing?
They attached it.
I thought he might have lost his leg.
He's still there.
It was
I won't even
rough.
watch that stuff. So I got a bad ankle, and I've had some bad ankle turns.
I've seen Anthony go down like a sniper got him, dude, on the baseball
Dude, I got a
field.
bad
Probably
ankle. If you actually
10 times. Just walking. Bam! He just falls. Sniper got him. He'll fall down and jump back up real quick.
Fix that sidewalk out front.
Dude, I tell you, so I've learned to fall with it. Instead of fighting it, I've learned just to go down with
Stop,
it.
drop, and roll.
It's the best strategy.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: if you X-rayed my ankle, it'd be bad. One time I broke it when I was young, and I didn't go to the hospital. I got to be really careful with it. But I want, like, if I'm playing pickup basketball now, I wouldn't play. I won't even jump. Like, I just block out. No, I'm scared. I'm scared. Even with the active ankle, I got a really bad ankle. But anyhow, I won't watch that Hutchinson play. I watched half of it, kind of seen it.
Yeah, I saw it once. That's all I knew.
I don't need no more of that stuff. I thought he lost it, but
I hope he bounces back.
Yeah,
man.
me too. He's a good player.
Great
But
division.
I think the Lions win this division.
the only question is, will they miss Ben Johnson? You
Oh, they'll miss him.
That's what
the
we're
only
going to have to
thing,
learn.
And did I hear they lost their defensive coordinator too?
They still got Big Dan Campbell, son.
I think they did.
I want to say they might have lost both of their coordinators, but you know,
If anybody can get them through, that's Dan Campbell.
Yes.
I love
the guy's
me
a
some
leader.
Dan
He's a
Campbell.
man's man, leader of men.
So you got anybody other than Detroit?
I
You got Detroit winning
Listen,
it?
I like the Vikings. I like the Bears. I even like the Packers. But Detroit was the best team in football. That everybody else might be playing. If they lived up to where they were last year, everybody else is playing for second. I think they were the best team last year.
Yeah, I got Detroit winning it too. I got them going 11-6. Green Bay 10-7. So I do have that close. But Green Bay, we should have put Jordan Love in the buy or sell because I'm not sure about Jordan Love either. But I still got them going 10-7. I got Minnesota taking a little step back at 9-8. And your breakout underrated. Would you have Chicago as your underrated team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them
It's still a
6.
tough
I got
division,
them 6-11. They got a tough schedule. First year coach, it's going to probably take a little bit of time with them in a very tough division. So I got Detroit.
Packers got to get their pass defense better. The rest of their team's good. Their pass defense is what gives them problems. They're good at stopping the run. They got to get their pass defense better.
All right, last one and probably the most boring division in football, along with Josh's. These two they rival each other. Actually, I would say the AFC is a little bit worse because I think the best team in this division is better than the best team in y'all's division. Houston's overrated. I got Tampa winning this one, 10-7. I got Atlanta at 8-9. That's the closest I got. Carolina and New Orleans, I both got winning 4 games. And I couldn't even believe I found 4 for New Orleans. I thought it was going to be 0-17. I was seriously thinking, am I going to take them to go 0-17? I found 4 wins, though. But I got Tampa again. I think Atlanta's the only team that can even come close. And I don't think Penix can do it yet. So give me Baker.
The more I've been looking, I'm switching up my pick. You got like a rattlesnake sound you can make there, Winkle? The Spencer Rattler is going to turn it around and lose every game, and Tampa is still going to win this thing.
Oh, Tampa's a fun, exciting team. They're going to be my pick, but I'm going to say I think the Falcons going to have a little bit better year than what people think. I like Penix. I'm not sold on him 100%, but I've seen him a little bit at the end of last year.
I loved him in college.
I like Bijan Robinson.
Me too.
Like Bijan.
Anthony knows Washington was one of my teams. I like them.
I think they got some good young players.
Yeah, they got Kyle Pitts. They ever going to use him?
No.
If not, trade him to the Dolphins or somebody.
What a
Actually, not the
disappointment.
Dolphins because we don't use tight ends either. But trade him to
Gosh.
somebody.
Well, it is unbelievable.
Or is he just a bust? Give him the ball.
I think the Falcons have a better year than what they've had, but I think Tampa's loaded. Tampa could be a serious contender. If their defense can hold
We've
up,
talked about they're going to be a fun team to watch.
they are. So that's my pick.
All right. Super Bowl matchup and champion.
Where's it at this year?
Is it in L.A.?
I do not know where the Super Bowl is this year. Not sure.
We should probably know this.
Who cares where it's at? We'll find
Can't
out.
afford to get tickets anyway.
By January, we'll know.
We'll know.
By our Super Bowl episode, we'll tell you where it's at.
What you got, Josh?
I got the AFC. I think it's the year Lamar. I think it's the Baltimore Ravens going to make it to the Super Bowl. I like their defense. I like their offense. They added DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's old. Hey, listen up.
Did we finish that
he's
contract? Did we
definitely
finish
old.
that contract
He's
with him
old,
yet,
but hey.
Charlie? At this Lamar bullshit.
A possession receiver
He is that.
for Lamar. I got them playing the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think Lamar takes down the game manager, Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
He beats them with his legs, with the weaker defensive line, like Anthony said earlier. I'm going Lamar Jackson over the game manager, Philadelphia Eagles, and Jalen Hurts.
Baltimore over Philly. Wow. Our Baltimore fans will be happy to hear that.
Shout out Winkle's friends and family.
Shout out to the Baltimore listeners.
Send me some gear, guys. I like free stuff.
Anthony,
I'm gonna go.
what you got?
Look, I'm split kind of in the AFC. NFC, it's the Rams for me. I think the Rams are the team to beat.
Got to stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
But that's every team.
Yeah, but for me, I want to take the Broncos over the Bills. I'm really bullish on the Broncos. I'm still bullish on the Chiefs.
Broncos winning the Super Bowl?
No, whoever plays is gonna lose it. The
Oh,
Rams.
you said Broncos over the Bills.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kind of
I
split
got you, I
between the
got
Bills
you.
and Broncos. I'll probably go. I'm gonna go Broncos. Hell with it. Why not?
Rams over Broncos?
Rams over Broncos.
Rams
I'm
over the
interested to watch the
Broncos.
Broncos now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anthony's taught me some stuff today.
Wow.
But I'm still high on the Bills. I love the Bills. I'm
Yeah,
actually a
Sean
big
Payton.
Bills fan.
I like them too.
Yeah.
But I
got
think
hell of a
this is
coach.
the year. If Lamar's going to win, he's got to do it now because I think Allen's close.
And if the Bengals,
Josh Allen and the Bills are so close.
I agree. If the Bengals even get anywhere close to it, I won't be pulling for nobody else. It'd be besides maybe the Rams. That'd be a tough pick for me because I love Joey B. He's probably my favorite. Stafford's right there with him. That's tough for me.
Well, if I could change one rule in the NFL, I would end the season on October 31st, and I would pick my Dolphins to win the Super Bowl over whoever made it because it wouldn't matter. But that's not going to happen. So, yes, I'm a Dolphins fan, and yes, I'm actually going to do this. I think maybe, Anthony, we could look back. I might have did this last year too. I'm not sure. But I got Buffalo winning the Super Bowl over the Eagles. I got Philly getting back. I think they're going to be hard to handle. I really want to take the Rams with you, Anthony. I'd love to take the Rams just to win it all. I think this is the year for Josh Allen. They're right there. They're right there. Can they get over the hump? I got them doing it this year. Give me Buffalo over Philly. Yes, I'm sorry.
What are there,
I've struggled for so long with this shit. I can't, pick with my heart.
So they both be traveling far because they're going out to Candlestick Park. I mean, Levi Stadium, not Candlestick Park. They're going out to Levi Stadium. That's where the Super Bowl
Where
is.
San Fran got a new stadium?
Yeah, it's not Candlestick anymore.
They don't play
I know
on the
that.
they don't play on the baseball field no more.
I
Remember
know
that?
that.
Yeah, I used to
The
love it.
NFL comes. Hey, the
how
NFL
new is their
comes.
stadium?
I don't know.
It's not like within the last
No,
5
it's
years,
not really
right?
new. No.
No, but I mean, how good is the AFC? I mean, we all three picked a different
Yeah.
AFC, and we all mentioned the Bills.
No, he
We
picked the
didn't- we didn't-
Rams.
I know he picked the Rams, but just to get to the
Oh,
Super Bowl.
yeah, you got
Broncos,
Baltimore
Bills.
Bronco
We didn't even
Bills.
bring up the Bengals.
Yeah.
I love the
Bengals,
AFC.
yeah. Hey, how far has the NFL come? When we were kids, they were playing on baseball fields / football fields. Remember with the 49ers used to play on that? You could see the baseball
Oakland
field.
Raiders played on the A's field, didn't
Yep,
they?
Yeah.
they sure did.
It's come a long ways. Now you got players holding out for $40 million and stuff. So it's come a long ways.
All right, I think that's it. We got anything else NFL-wise before we get off here, guys?
No, it's it. It's football time.
It is.
College football starts this week. Got Iowa State versus Kansas State. Right there.
I did not look into that at all, but let's make a pick on it. It's in Dublin, Ireland, is it not?
Yes, it is.
It's
It
in
is.
Ireland. It's a top 25 matchup, right?
Yep.
Kansas State and who? Iowa State?
Iowa State.
Who you got?
I got
Just the winner.
Kansas State.
Kansas State. Who you got?
You got Johnson, long-haired,
Yeah, long-haired
California guy,
guy. Yeah.
running quarterback. Supposedly he ran Will Howard out, but I'm an Iowa State guy. I like Matt Campbell. He always has a team prepared. Good defensive guy. I'm going to go Iowa State, but I think it'd be a good game.
I'm going to go Iowa State, too.
Actually, with the long-haired fella.
Yeah, nah.
He's good.
That should be a good game.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
As long as they're not both jet lagged. I mean, I don't know when they're going to get there. Hopefully they're already there. I'm sure they are now. Yeah, I mean,
That's got to be a distraction to a college player.
Yeah, they probably got there this weekend.
Because look,
I guarantee it.
Probably a lot of these people. I've never been to Europe, so like you got to try to enjoy the trip when it's maybe a once in a lifetime trip for you. So I mean, it's got to be a distraction. Who handles that distraction better?
So, yeah, college football. Is that the only game? Is
No,
that a standalone
there's some couple.
game?
That's the only big
There's like
game.
4 games. There's I think there's 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, that's the
on
only
Saturday.
like top 25 matchup.
Yes, everything else is little.
Next week, Texas and
Yes.
Ohio
is week
State,
0,
right?
be that week-
Yeah, so
yeah.
next week we'll be leading up to the. I guess it's week 1.
Yeah,
They
week
call
one.
it- This is week
Week
0.
zero, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then the following week will be week 1 of the NFL. So, guys, before we get off here, a little bit of news that I know that we teased last week and did not get to, but moving forward, starting next week, we are going to do 2 halves to the show. Okay, so the first half is going to be our college football, NFL picks, kind of like we did last year. We're going to focus on the top games of the week, and we're going to go over them more on a national, broader scale. After we do that, we are going to do the second half of the show. It's going to be called The Right Side of Kentucky Sports. That was pretty good. That was pretty freaking good, dude.
Wow.
That was impressive.
Have you been practicing that?
Yeah,
He
I've been
has.
practicing that my whole life, baby.
Wow.
My whole life.
Wow, that scared me.
The Right Side of Kentucky Sports, presented by Blitz the Bookie. So we're just going to, we're going to split it up into 2 halves. So when I upload the episodes, it's going to be hour 1 or hour 2, first half, second half. But the second half will be more of a localized show. We'll get into breaking down Kentucky, Louisville, some of the local teams around here. So just wanted to let you guys know that we're going to be doing that starting next week, right? We're
Yes.
doing that next week?
Yes.
All right. Other than that, I think that's it. Josh,
Guys, last week, we had a problem. And a listener noticed the problem. And they came to us with a solution and a sponsorship.
I love it.
The cramp cam, it's not a thing yet, but it will be.
The
But we
cramp
have
cam is right here.
we
That's
have
right here. I
preventative
just got to hook it up.
we have preventative measures now, thanks to the Nevitts at Radiant Healthcare.
Radiant Healthcare.
All
Thank
right?
you.
They got us magnesium potassium complex. As you guys notice, show went a little long. No one had to get up.
No
Hydrated.
cramps today, baby.
I took 2 at 6. Here I am. Super flexible, hydrated. I feel great thanks to Radiant Healthcare, located off of Ode Henry in the east end of Louisville. Check them out. They're on Facebook. They have a website, Radiant Healthcare. Thanks, Nevitts.
Radiant Healthcare coming in clutch. How long does it take to kick in?
That is something. I have not done my research.
Okay, so we need to find out. So we might either have to have Anthony take one home if it's a little time release. If not, they'll be sitting here, Anthony. Just pop one whenever
And,
you
and
get
if
here.
any other listener notices a problem with the show, other than the 3 individuals here, please let us know if you have a solution. You want to donate something, let us know. We work for you people. That's who pays our salary. It's people like you out there.
I love it. Radiant Healthcare. Is that it?
Radiant Healthcare, yes.
Thank you, Nevitts. The Nevitts. We love you guys. And we love Radiant Healthcare now. And Anthony's probably going to love it the most because hopefully we cut these cramps out.
No doubt. Guys, if it changes my cramps, it will change my life. I struggle with cramps. People say, are you hydrated? Yes, I'm hydrated. I've already tried that. I really think it's the magnesium part of this, but that has potassium in it too, some other things probably. I've already got started on it, and I've already feel the difference. So thank you so much. Excited about the season. Excited about my great new medicine that's going to change my cramps. And just super excited, guys. Always. Blitz the Bookie. This is going to be the year, guys. This is going to be the year where we're going to take it to the next level at Blitz the Bookie.
Another great episode. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Blitz the Bookie.
See ya.
like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate, but when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Late nights, hustle deals on the line. Charlie Scassy's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. To the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.